Welcome, level uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 192. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, please hit that heart button here at twitch.tv/the Level Up Show. I am, of course, one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I make the show Midori. I got next to me the classy douchebag, Mike McLaughlin.
Yeah, hi.
And on Discord at the moment, we have Kelly Jellyfish. Hey, Kelly.
Hello, how are you guys?
Doing very good. How you doing tonight, Kelly?
Doing great. I went to go see the house I'm moving into, and I am capital P pumped.
Capital P pumped.
P pumped.
Just the whole thing is caps. Entire pumped is caps. So it's really nice. It's a basement apartment, right?
Yeah.
But it's like one of the basement apartments that has like its own entrance. It's like its own floor.
No, it's not quite. It's got its own living room and bathroom.
Okay.
Because it's one of the older townhomes, so did I say bathroom? I meant bedroom. The bathroom is on the is at the top of the stairs. Which
How
is
many
like so
bathrooms? There's a lot of bathrooms.
No, one bathroom that is mine at the top of the stairs, and then I have my own like living space, and it's a fenced yard, which means I can take Buddy out, and he won't run away. I can just set him outside and mind my own business. I don't have to like go outside with him and watch him so much like I do now. So
Very nice. Very
I
nice.
move in December 1st.
December 1st.
Nice.
We're very
Even better.
excited for you. That's great. Apologies to everybody for the somewhat late start. We actually had like a power surges a minute before the show started.
Yeah.
And that's why you probably saw me getting
Like
up and down. It's like
multiple.
we lost the monitor and we thought we lost the computer, but we didn't lose the computer. For some reason, we just lost the monitor and we had to reset everything prior to getting started. And then on top of that, Kristen came down trying to get Bogey to go upstairs and he just
being a
wouldn't
pain in the
leave. So that was why we had a little bit of a late start today. Sorry about that, everybody. But we got Kelly here, and I think we're also going to get Joey Vantera on the Discord line as well once he's done.
Destiny.
You know, he's playing Dust, I think.
Huh?
It says he's playing Dust in Elysium Tale.
I don't think so. Last I knew, he was playing with Brian and somebody else in Destiny.
Okay. Well, whatever he's doing, he probably will
Discord
show up a
says
little later.
first.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. But we'll get him here eventually.
I'll text him and tell him to hurry his butt up.
Welcome to the 25 people in the room. We just got a follow from Breezy Games 2. Thank you so much. As I said, anybody that enjoys the show at any point, all you got to do is hit that heart button here at twitch.tv/the Level Up Show. We will give you a shout out if we can. And of course, make sure to turn on those notifications so you get alerts when we go live. Also, thank you to that resub from the Bulldog Brad.
Did we have
to start
something
the
else
show.
before that when the power went out?
Oh, yeah, right before the power went out, we did get something showing up there. Let me see if I can see what it was.
We're hearing it.
It looks like it was probably a host.
Okay.
Magna.
Oh, Magna.
Hosted
Thank you.
us. Magna, if you're here, thank you so much for that host, man. Magna is a great streamer, guys. Of course, you might know him because he was on the show at one point.
Yeah.
So let's give a shout out to Magna Gaming. If one of the mods could do that for us, please. But as I said, it's a gaming dedicated talk show. We're going to be going through all the big news of the week. The topic of the night is the death of NeoGAF.
Dude, what a week.
What a
weekend
where'd
for
that
me.
come from? Just like out of
God,
nowhere.
out of nowhere.
It
And,
just
like,
happened so quickly.
I was saying, and we'll talk about more later
Yeah,
on,
of
but
course.
I was like, man, Drew just must feel like empty in a way.
It's very weird, and we'll talk about this a lot later because I was at a wedding last night when the news broke to me. Even though it had been going on for a few days, it didn't like really just
Pump up.
burn to the ground
Right.
until late last night while
Danielle's
I was at the
like,
wedding.
isn't he at a wedding? Tell him to put his phone away. He's like, you don't realize this is fitting because Andrew being on his phone at a wedding talking about NeoGAF is kind of like a throwback to Andrew being at a party going on NeoGAF.
Yes. Of
So
course,
like
with
it
my
was very
laptop.
fitting that that's how you handled it.
Here's the thing: at that time, and I don't think Kristen would mind me saying this. Kristen got sick at the wedding last
Yes.
night. She had like one drink too many. She actually didn't have that much
One?
to drink. She just had like one drink too many because I think they were just really strong and we didn't realize it.
Gotcha.
And she was dancing.
Man,
We
you
were having a
guys
really
went
good
to an awesome
time. And I
wedding
think
then.
it was a great wedding. Very nice wedding. My cousin's
They always
wedding.
water
We had a
that shit
great
down.
time. And she had a great time, and I was really happy that she did. Even though the last hour and a half she was just kind of laying down next to me. So while she was laying down next to me, that's when all like the news is breaking.
Right,
So
and
I'm
you're
just
just
like,
like,
are you
sweet.
kidding me right now? Like she's like sick next to
Man.
me, and I'm almost on NeoGAF or
You're
trying
just
to
watching-
get on NeoGAF. Like,
right.
what is going on right now?
Right
I
at
don't
that point, it's all gone.
But of course, we'll talk about that as the topic of the week to close off the show. But how you doing tonight, Mike?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Not bad. It was a good week. It
Yeah,
was,
you had a good
It was
weekend.
stressful leading up to the wedding.
Right.
Just, it always is stressful when you're in a wedding and you have to get the suit, and especially since this one was in Stone Harbor. So
Yeah.
it's like not that far that like you can be like, I'm not going.
Well, you
Obviously,
stayed
I would
at your
never do
shore
that
house,
anyway.
right?
I stayed at on my parents' shore house, yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, it was for a lot of people. It's like it's not so far that I would ever say no, but it's also just far enough that it's kind of an inconvenience. But it was actually really, really well structured because they had it all on like one street, like the reception, the church, the photos, everything was on one street within like 3 blocks of each other.
Yeah.
So it was really nice, and it was a beautiful day, like the most beautiful day they probably
Yeah, I was
ever
gonna say,
had.
it was really nice at that.
It was a really, really nice wedding.
You had a
So,
very,
great
very
time.
milkshake, strawberry milkshake colored undertones to your suit.
Yes,
Those
yes.
socks were amazing.
I love
But
the suit.
anyway-
I thought it was a very nice
During
suit.
habaneros during those socks though.
Those socks, though, right? Yeah, if you guys can check it out on our Discord, of course, discord.gg/the Level Up Network. If you guys want to get into our personal lives, let's go to the selfie channel, and you can see my photos from last night, a few of them at least from the wedding. And I had a shark skin suit, which is really nice. Really happy
Yeah.
with that suit. It's like a business suit I could wear in the future.
Was that rental?
But I had like.
Where did you buy it?
What was that?
Was it rental? Or
No,
did you buy it?
had to buy it.
You had to buy them.
Yes, and it
Wow.
was the most expensive suit in the entire men's warehouse.
I believe it.
So I have a really nice suit now, and with strawberry pink socks.
Strawberry pink socks.
But it was a nice combo.
Nice.
It looked really nice. I don't want to bore you guys with wedding details, but that was my my personal life this week. As far as video
say,
games
did you
go,
get to play anything at all?
Evil Within 2, I did.
you're
2
really
days
liking
of the
that, it
week.
seems like.
Of course, I loved Evil Within 1, and this one is an improvement in pretty much every way. Graphically, especially, it's such a step up over the previous game, and I'm happy with where the story is focused already. I like the villain more than the one in the first game. Ruvik, I think was his name, right? I'm much more inclined to like this meme maniac, as we've decided to call
How
him.
do you like the open worldness of it?
It's not fully open world, but it's it's pretty cool that there's just an open area where you can choose to go on these side quests, and honestly, you really don't have to at all.
Right.
There are weapons that you can't get unless you do them, and there's even enemies like Anima, this weird ghostly woman that is
I saw
terrifying
that. I saw
you
that
will
the other night.
never even encounter unless you do the side quests, which is kind of amazing that they relegated some of this content to side quests.
I also saw that some of the stuff adds more context. Like you wouldn't get
Right.
backstory and lore as much.
Right,
as
yeah,
you
like
would.
what this world is necessarily, because I'm just kind of confused because there's like other humans in it that are acting like they're real humans, and I'm like, isn't this all supposed to kind of be in my mind right now, kind of like the first game?
Yeah.
So it's a cool mystery that they're setting up, and I'm very curious about the villain and what his motive is and the backstory behind him, because Ruvik, as badass as his powers were and all that, I wasn't so understanding of his backstory and what led him to become so messed up. So I'm curious with the meme maniac, like what led him to become the meme maniac. So it's a really cool game. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'll be playing it tomorrow, of course, for my Monday night stream. And you guys have been scaring the shit out of me with the audio scares, man.
They're amazing. I love it. Anytime, guys, if you do this, make sure you clip the videos when that happens to Drew, because those are just pure gold.
And speaking of that, alerts and all, we have a new Extra Life alerts now. It's a special one that has been created for the future, for now and for the 24-hour marathon, just to spice it up a little bit, because I felt like that deserves more attention than anything else right now. Of course, Extra Life, and we want to give you guys the recognition you deserve when you do an Extra Life donation. We're trying to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals throughout the United States. If you would like to support us, help children in need, whether they be sick or injured, it doesn't matter. All you got to do is go to that link in the bottom left-hand corner there, the levelupnetwork.com/extra life. We are no longer .weebly.com because we got our domain name back, which is awesome. Really happy about that. Finally, took a while for it to expire so we could get it back, but we have
That's
it.
all we'll say about that.
Yeah, it's the levelupnetwork.com/extra life. It was a frustrating thing trying to get it back, but we do finally have it back. So just go to levelupnetwork.com/extra life. It'll redirect you to our donation page, or if any of the mods just want to post it in the chat, !extra life will give a link that goes right there. And of course, any tips and shares we get tonight will be forwarded to Extra Life. Speaking of that, I'm a little worried that people are going to try and scare us. I'm going to turn off the scares.
No.
You really want people to try and scare us tonight?
Sure.
All right, I guess. All right. Well,
Why the hell not?
for the talk show, I turned off the scares because I
don't think we should.
The thing is,
It's Halloween,
It's
Andrew.
not just scary
Get
to
with the
us;
mood.
it's also scary to the viewers.
Well, even
it's
better.
Really loud. It's
Even
really,
better.
really loud.
Put your diapers on. Suck it the hell up. We're all adults.
Okay, well, I'm
Most
gonna give
of
you
us.
guys fair warning then. I apologize for headphone users. It is a very loud scream or like Halloween noise, and that is for $6.66 and $13.37. The higher priced one is the scarier of the two. I recommend not doing it because honestly, it's going to scare you guys just as much as it scares us. It's insanely loud.
I think it's even better.
But
Listen,
if you guys
there's
want
a way that people want to troll, that's going to be the ideal way. Troll by giving money to sick kids. There's no better way, in my opinion, to troll someone.
Yes. I recommend doing Extra Life donations because then every bit of your money goes directly to Children's Miracle Network hospitals throughout the United States. That is the way to do it. But of course, if we do get any tips, if we do get any cheers, we will forward them to Extra Life. We are not accepting anything all the way through our 24-hour marathon on November 4th.
Cool.
Cool beans. What did you play this week?
So you've been playing horror games, and I've been shoving hamsters up my ass. Because that's apparently one of the powers that you have.
Oh, South Park. Okay. I was like, what the hell is he going after here?
No, but seriously, that's actually one of the powers you have. So you were, remember how in the first game, you chose your name and it didn't really matter because you were a douchebag?
Right.
Well, you choose all these powers, you do all these things, and they call you the new kid here and there, but for the most part, they basically dub you Buttlord. That is your name, your superhero name. And you have fart powers. So they went into detail on that in the trailers, but I didn't realize how extensive it would be. So it's very good. I'm at an interesting point. I'm at a point where I'm realizing I like the game in gameplay wise more. And in story, it's a lot better in some ways, but there's not as much charm to it.
Okay.
So I liked the first one more.
Kind of like the novelty wore off, maybe?
I think so. Like, I think if this was my first entry into a South Park game, I might have liked it as much as the first one. But there was definitely a charm that the first one had because I think it was.
It was like the first one that went that far.
Right. Like, you know how when you
were...
and I was talking to Danielle about this earlier. I was like, you played the first one, and then all of a sudden they would do something, and you'd be like, wow, I can't believe they do that. And then all of a sudden they would do something else, and like, wow, I can't believe they did that. I guess this is the most it's going to be. And then you see, you're fighting on top of a bed while your parents are having sex, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And you keep going and going and going. So, that was, I was like, I knew what to expect coming into this, and I'm getting that. I don't think that there's as much to explore in this one either. I feel like I'm running around the town over and over again, and I'm not getting into different places and anymore. Like, a lot of the buildings that you go into aren't as exciting.
Okay.
There's definitely more. You can go into the rhinoplasty place, and where Kyle got his negroplasty from that episode, stuff like that. But like, there's not as much going on. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel... So I like it a lot. The combat is really good. Like, I think you definitely need to play it. So I would definitely...
I'm going to. Don't get me wrong.
Are you getting it, or...
I'm going to wait until I know that I'm getting closer to playing it, because maybe they'll drop in price.
I'll just give you my copy. I got a hard copy.
Oh, you got a hard copy?
I got a hard copy. I'll just give it to you when I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case,
I've
then
put about
great.
15 hours into it already.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah, I didn't expect to. That's the other thing, is like, I was like, and I know other people have put more time into it, but for me, like, how time is. I have more time than you, but even still, 15 hours is a lot for, what we do, and it's just like, I'm hooked to it.
The delay definitely hurt it for me. It did.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because Evil Within, Halloween time, there was no way I was going to dodge Evil Within 2 around this time period, so it had to get pushed back.
This game would have been amazing in, like, March, April.
And on top of that, I feel like some of our viewers would kill me if I played Fractured Butthole before Persona 5. Like, when it comes to RPGs, if I don't do Persona 5 first, people are going to kill me.
But that's going to be such a long undertaking that, like, I don't think you're going... I feel like that's going to have the Mass Effect experience with you.
It's going to be tough to play it on stream. Like, I think I'm going to have to do that one on and off stream if I'm ever going to really
absolutely
knock it out. It's too big a game. Like, I already am thinking about, like, Final Fantasy VII Remake when that comes out. Like, what am I going to do when I do the Final Fantasy VII Remake? Because I'm going to want to play it every time I stream just so I can, like, continue to knock it out, because otherwise I'm going to be delaying it too much. But then I'm also going to want to play it off stream too, because I'm going to want to play Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm going to do. Oh, thank you so much.
Nice,
what is that?
thank you.
A donation Extra Life?
Yeah, that was the extra. You didn't recognize the sound that you put in today?
But the
$20 from somebody, Christopher, I think.
Christopher, but our special Extra Life thing didn't go off though.
Oh, I thought that was the extra.
No, I did like a special thing that didn't go off. I'm gonna have to test it real quick now. Then, hold on a sec, guys. We're gonna get this working.
Huh.
Let's go to Stream Pro. Stream Pro is supposed to send the Extra Life strobe alert. Okay, so what we did, guys, is we did like an Extra Life strobe. Shame. Yeah, because that was supposed to work. Let's try it. Yeah, it's only doing the Yahoo. That's
done. Fudged up.
Fudged up, guys.
You done fudged up.
All right, well, I'll have to look into that then. Looks like for tonight we're not going to have it. Well, maybe during commercial break. During the first commercial break, I'll look into it and try and get it active. But still, it doesn't matter. It still is a huge help there from, that was Christopher, probably Hids then, right? Was it with a K?
Yeah.
Then it was Hids. Hids,
Oh,
thank you
that
so
was
much.
Thank you.
For the donation. Let us know that it was you in the chat if you're here. Because we want to give you that wheel spin, and we also have to give Brad the wheel spin as well. Bring the dog back. You never saw the dog, did he? Oh, they did.
Yeah,
before the show started, he was on the chair. I'm sorry, the dog has left. The dog is gone for the night.
Yeah, dog's upstairs in the bed.
All right, let's refresh.
And then I also played Her Story.
Oh yeah, that looked like a pretty cool game.
That was random. I didn't know if we were going to stream or not, and that wasn't what we intended to. We wanted to Danielle wanted to play Lego Harry Potter, and I can't for some reason get it running. So I don't know what the issue was with that one, but
I'm gonna refresh here, guys. The alerts. So that's why it's gone black for a second. Where's
I was wondering what you were doing.
I wanted to refresh the goal there. Where's the goal? There it is. Because with the test, it raises it up. It's not. We're at 500 now. $500. Nice. Thank you so much. Now up to 13% too. 13%. Very
Lucky
cool.
13.
Yeah, lucky 13. There you go. But yeah, Her Story looked pretty cool. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's definitely it's like a playthrough novel.
Okay.
I guess you would call it. I don't know exactly what the context would be, but it's not as much a game, but you're just kind of getting context clues to look at what to search.
Right.
But the ending's pretty cool. I like what they did with the ending. There is an actual ending. That was one of the things I was confused on. I was like, does this game actually end, or do you just get what you need to from the story, and then that's kind of it? I wasn't sure what the deal was, but no, it has an actual ending. So I liked it. Danielle said she enjoyed the story. It's funny. She's just like, I feel like I wasted my time. I was like, but you would just sit on the couch and play on your phone for an hour, and that would be okay. I don't get it. It's just the idea that she has, and that a lot of people have with gaming. I think it's funny. And I'm thinking you say that that's a waste of your time, but what happens when you watch TV? You don't even give a shit about what you just watched. You don't remember half the shit you just watched. What does it matter?
And then you guys get to do it together.
Right,
it's a bonding experience.
No, I like being able to do the stream with her, but my God, the amount of PC issues are just driving me insane.
Yeah, PC's tough, man.
It's just
that's why people go with console. So much easier, more convenient. Kelly, how about you? How was your week, and what did you play this week?
Answer has not changed since last week. I am waiting. I am waiting to go get the new Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
And I actually have Fractured Butthole on pre-order.
Nice.
But I'm thinking I might want to wait until I move in because I don't want to I don't have my Xbox set up right now. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go through the trouble of setting it up and attaching it to the monitor I don't have anymore if I'm just going to disassemble it. So.
You know that it takes 35 seconds to connect your HDMI to your monitor, right?
But you have to have both of those things, and I have let one brother has my Xbox, the other brother has my monitor. They've got it hooked up to stuff. I don't want to touch anything.
Say no more. I'll crack some skulls and I'll get it back for you. I got this.
I'm gonna just when it's time to leave. Okay, this is mine. I'm taking it. Bye, and then I'll set it up when I'm in my new place.
All right, that at least makes sense.
This isn't yours. You can't have it anymore. It's mine.
What's the next game that you are really looking forward to playing?
The Assassin's Creed Origins. I loved Assassin's Creed 2, and I kind of loved, the rest of those Assassin's Creed 2 games. I wasn't a huge fan of Revelations, I think, whatever the third one was. And then after that, it just kind of felt tired and old, and so I just lost interest.
It's just too old.
It's repetitive. It's just, I get it. This isn't new. This isn't exciting. It's the same old stuff over and over again. So
yeah, I gotcha.
I'm hoping that this kind of, without being repetitive, kind of brings back some of that classic Assassin's Creed, but still offers something new. The trailer really excited me, whereas the other trailers haven't always excited me. So I'm excited for that. And there was another one that I was excited for that I can't remember the name of, but there's so many video games coming out now or are coming out that we watched during E3. What was the other one?
The only thing that concerns me with Assassin's Creed is that they were like, "Oh, it's flatter now," and I'm like, "Well,
flatter now."
I'm like, that's very underwhelming. Part of the biggest charm to me in Assassin's Creed was climbing stuff, and you're saying look how expansive we are. It's not as vertical anymore, but we have a lot. Congrats, I can go and run around in the desert. I did. Give me back my towers.
Wolfenstein looked great.
Oh, Wolfenstein looks so good. Yeah, that's another one that I would like to get around to, both the new Colossus and also the Old Order, right? That was what's called, the Old Order?
No, the New Order.
The New Order and the new Colossus? Is it they're both the new?
The New Order and Old Colossus.
The New Order and Old Colossus. I was mixed up. Okay. I want to play both of them. I want to play both of those because those both look really good, and I've heard like really surprisingly good things about those games. Well, specifically the New Order, because Rick is a big fan of that. But
that's my problem, Rick. Like, if you can't go and give if you can't give people what they want out of the franchise, I mean, I get you gotta reinvent it, and that's why I'm not gonna shit on it. I'm just not buying it right away. Like,
I'm not gonna shit on it.
I'm not. I mean,
I'm just gonna lightly defecate. Don't worry
right.
about
I'll
it.
fart in its general direction for the time
Jesus.
being, but like
Jesus.
until I
Like
see
a
that
true
it's
Monty Python
actually
fan.
right, exactly. Until I see that it's truly a turd, I'll just refrain from unleashing hell.
Okay.
Call its mother a hamster.
I will.
Oh no, I'm thinking its
And
father.
your
was a
father
hamster.
smelt of elderberry.
I think it's-
elderberries.
Is it mother is a hamster or is it father was a hamster? And your
And
mother.
your mother smelled of elderberries. Yeah.
It's one of them. One of your
I have
parents.
no
was a
idea what you
rodent.
guys are talking about.
You've
right
never
now.
watched
You've
Monty
never
Python?
seen Monty Python?
Which one are we talking about?
Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah, I have, but it's been a while.
Oh my god,
it's that
we need
one
to do
scene-
a watch of that.
It's that one scene where he's coming up to the castle and he's using the coconuts as the horse, and John Cleese is up
A
there.
sparrow.
Oh.
Yeah. With,
Hold on.
African
We just got a big we just got a big scare there.
Go Danielle.
You would, Danielle. You would.
Oh my god.
You're lucky. You're lucky you couldn't
Oh
hear
my
that.
god, I love you so much. I can't wait to scare the living shit out of her when I get home. She's
Oh.
like, oh, if I fall asleep
It
on
always
the couch,
gives me a
put
little
my
bit
food
of
away.
pain in my chest every time that happens. Just a little
Oh,
bit of
man,
pain in
I'm
there.
gonna roll her off the couch when I get home.
Okay, well we have a lot of wheel spins we still need to do. Thank you for the $6.66
Yeah.
tip from Danielle. Really appreciate that.
Oh my
You're
God.
awesome. You're awesome, Danielle. You're awesome sauce.
Oh man.
Danielle is the best. I love
She
her.
is the
changing
best.
her along
Speaking of
term.
Extra Life, let's talk a little bit about Extra Life here and talk about a few more of like the teases of what we're going to be doing on Extra Life Day. So we already talked a little bit about I think the prize wheel last week, right? We're going to do same as last year. We're going to kind of do a higher prize wheel amount in general to get a wheel spin on the show, but there's going to be more than one prize wheel this year. There's going to be the normal prize wheel for every time somebody donates a certain amount or more. We're not sure what the number is going to be yet. There's also going to be a special prize wheel that is spun for every time we hit a $500 milestone, meaning every time we hit $1,500, every time we hit $2,500, $35, and so on, we're going to do the spin of a special prize wheel that has a lot of quirky, goofy stuff on there. I'm going to give an example of one right now for you guys.
Do it.
I'm going to be blindfolded, and these guys are going to choose disgusting vegetables to feed to me and have me taste test.
For reference, Andrew is a big giant baby.
I'm a big giant
And
baby.
I am
he
also a big giant baby.
will not, under any circumstances, eat vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
I won't
There
either.
are
I'm in
very
the same
few.
boat.
What are the few? I think there's like what, 2 different kinds that you would eat.
I
pretty
like
much?
asparagus. I like
Which
broccoli.
is odd. He likes asparagus. And
You're
what was the other
picking
one?
the worst ones.
What? Are you serious?
Those are the worst
like
ones. Like
asparagus.
asparagus.
Asparagus
Brussels
is so
Yes,
good.
Danielle, we're doing your
Broccoli.
idea. Good job.
That's
I'm confused.
disgusting.
Those
like
are so
green,
good.
light vegetables like green beans, spinach, peas that you can swallow whole with a gulp of water.
People
like,
want you to
don't
feed
have
me
taste.
eggs. Eggs. People.
Oh my god,
Do
I
you not-
do.
do you not
Oh my
like eggs?
god,
I
we're
hate
feeding
eggs.
you eggs.
Any egg?
I hate eggs. I
No,
hate.
he won't do eggs at all.
Deviled eggs?
Deviled eggs I'm okay with, but they do the same thing to me where eventually they start to make me feel sick. Eggs in general make me feel
Maybe
sick.
you have an I kind of have a similar thing. Like if I eat eggs, I get a real bad stomach. Like I can't eat more than like 2 eggs before I'm dying.
You
Okay,
can't eat
I can get that.
2 eggs
Maybe
before
I
you
know
die.
many people that
Like,
have
An
an
intolerance, maybe?
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
For me,
I
I've
used
said
to
it many
say.
times. The thing for me is that it's a barrier in my mind. It's just that I start thinking about what eggs are and where they come from and what is like the purpose of an egg truly before we eat them. And it's just I can't get past it.
But mall beef is okay.
I know. I'm not saying it's not weird. I'm weird, but it's just something I can't get past for some reason. So that
well,
is,
as you
that is
noticed,
the reason.
Andrew has food aversions that we are going to try to help him break through.
Yes.
So once you guys get to a certain tier, we are going to cram as many foods that are healthy that he views as unbearable into his mouth and shove it down and stroke his throat to.
It's getting weird, guys. It's getting real weird. It's getting real weird.
You're really bony.
I am bony.
How do you feel about spinach?
I hate spinach.
Oh my god, yes!
There's no flavor.
Why am I telling you guys? Why am I telling you guys what I hate right now? I should be doing this.
Listen, you know that Kristen's going to be against you on this, so I'm going to just ask her for all of her input.
I'll do whatever I have to do for the kids, guys.
There you go.
For the kids. We got 67 people in the room. Welcome, guys.
Nice, thank you.
So let's keep those extra life donations flowing. We got a big $20 extra life donation from Hids already. We got a tip from Danielle, which will be $40 extra life, and we also got a sub from Bradley. So we're gonna do a bunch of wheel spins right now. But before that, I want to make sure the whole reason the screen went white there is I was actually adding the source for extra life alerts, but it's tough to do from over here, and especially tough to do live, but I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah!
Oh my god.
It worked! Okay.
Alright, that's
So
good.
there, I can't believe I nailed that. Nailed it.
That's so good.
All right, so that
Oh,
is
I like
that is how it works, guys, for extra life donations now. So if you would like to, I'm gonna make it a little bit more solid though. Is what I'm gonna do right now. I feel like it's a little too faded. I want more color. You agree? More color?
I think it's fine.
We
the way it is.
need more color.
Okay. it
Let's
needs
double
more
this
color.
up. Let's double it
It
out.
did
Make it
look a little washed out.
looked a little
Damn it,
washed
Kelly,
out.
whose
It
side
looked
are
a
you
little
on?
washed out.
I am on my own side.
That's
I'm on
true.
the side of production quality, which is why I look at audio video syncages. That's a word now.
So what I'm saying is now anytime you guys do an extra life donation, hopefully you will get that alert. The one issue that we're always going to have is that it has to refresh. So we have it refresh every 3 minutes. So as long as there isn't an extra life donation quicker than every 3 minutes, it will do that. But we would be happy if you guys donate
Yeah.
extra life.
Overwhelm it, crash it. make
Yeah,
it
if you
burn.
want to donate it every 3 minutes or more, that's amazing. You just might not get the strobe, is all I'm telling you. But the point is that your money goes to the children, and that's what matters, guys. Anyway, let us do the wheel spins for all of our generous subs and tippers and donators. You guys are the best. We're going to start off with Bradley because he started off the show tonight with that.
He did.
With that
Starting
sub.
off strong.
This one's for you, and I did add 2 more lipstick challenges
Thank you.
to the wheel.
I appreciate that.
So we have a double chance tonight. And there you go.
There we go.
Lipstick
See?
challenge.
Pays
It's
off.
been a long
Why
time
is a Pokemon
coming.
song not on here?
That's a good question. Probably because it's not on Spotify, but
I would argue that.
I could
You
probably,
sure about that?
even if it's not, I can download it and add it to my library so we can play
Right,
it through
no,
Spotify.
absolutely.
So we'll make it happen. But we got to do a lip sync challenge here. Let's go. I have the whole lip sync catalog that we
Have
never
you
went
added
through.
anything new?
There's been a lot that we haven't done on here.
Okay.
So let's start looking here. I wish Kelly could be in on this. Is what I really wish.
Well, she will.
Would
I
you
will.
do? Would you do this one with me? Because I've done it before live on
I don't remember which
on
one that is.
on one of my video games. It's the
Yeah, I remember you seeing you do. Okay, I thought
it's
that's what it was.
such a good song, especially for
Is
lip
it
syncing.
though?
It really is.
All
He's
right.
got to trust me,
Okay.
and especially
Let's
for
go with
Extra Life. I feel like it fits. It's a good song
Cheesy.
for Extra
All
Life.
right, that's fine.
It's a good song for. I'll get the lyrics for you
Thank
if
you.
that helps
Appreciate
you. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm gonna look up the lyrics to this one, guys. I think this is such a good song, and it's a great lip sync song.
I do like this song.
Yes.
I just hear it way too often. I think
Okay.
is my problem.
Okay.
Are you guys going to add more songs specifically for the extra live stream?
Oh,
I
we'll
think we're
add a
gonna
ton of
just keep
songs
adding
if
as
we
many
have to.
songs as we can for the eternity of time.
We still have like another 25 we haven't done on our lip sync list, but we can add more. Like we're totally open to any you want to recommend. You and Joey, if you want to recommend songs to put on the lip sync
I still think we need to
playlist.
add Busta Rhymes.
Buster, I'm not doing Buster Rhymes. That just is
I
just
know
gonna
if
be
Kristen is going to be
terrible.
there, she would back up my Broadway, like Wicked and Annie and all those other Broadway songs. But
I'm out.
I would most likely be in the minority, so I won't seriously suggest them.
Okay.
But I will
Well,
have
I'm
suggestions.
cool with Broadway. That's just fine with me. Let's do like let's do some La La Land music too. I'm cool with
La
that.
La Land music.
I love La La Land. It's so good.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, we're gonna mute our mics because we're about to do a lip sync challenge. And Kelly, you get to hear us whisper.
I'm so excited.
All right. Enjoy this lip sync challenge, guys. such a good song, man. Such a good song. Don't you agree, Kelly? Save Me by Remy Zero. Come on.
I don't know this song.
What is wrong with well, what got Kelly?
Did you ever watch Smallville, Kelly?
No, I never did. It came out when I was like 11 or 12, maybe even younger, and I had zero interest in it. I was like, what the? This guy has no belly button?
Every
I'm out.
time Smallville would start, when we were like younger, watching with my parents, we'd all be like, it was just like the best. We used to sing it every time. So
Danielle says this sounds like even worse you two, and I'm inclined to agree with
it
her.
does sound a lot like you two. I will give you that. It's definitely a not as good you two. You got that one right. Was that Danielle that said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she nailed it. She nailed it. That's for sure. Well, anyway, thank you so much. That was for Bradley and also for the children. Save them, guys. Donate to
Daconia
Afterlife.
said that Kelly sucks for not knowing Smallville. I'm inclined to agree, but it's Kelly, so she gets a free pass.
Yes, she always gets a pass. You know what Smallville is, right?
No, I know what it is.
Yeah.
I never got into it, and it's kind of, I feel like at this point, what's the point?
Cito's right. We should do Rap God.
What's Rap God?
It's at certain points absolutely impossible for us to do.
Okay. So it's like a really fast rap?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
an MMO.
not going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, this one is for, I think, Hids, right? Hids with the $20 donation to
Yeah.
Extra Life. Big donation. Thank you so much.
It's just the best.
Wow. Well, this is
All
what
right,
happens.
do
Mike.
another one.
This is what happens.
Do another one, and then we'll go and do this, okay?
This one is for Danielle, who did the $6.66
Yo, this is it
tip.
again. This would be amazing.
Oh, what's she getting? 50 trophies to the room.
I was like, sweet, I got
It's a
to
small
knock
slither. I was like, what is that going to be? So that is a give all 50. So I guess we're doing another lip sync challenge.
I guess so.
This is what happens. Like,
Four other people said that we need to do Rap God.
hey, I want lip sync. Says okay. We're gonna do it. I mean, we can't deny the wheel. The wheel has spoken. And therefore,
Sam, do Rap God.
all right, let's look again here. Going down the
All
list.
right.
Tell me if something catches your eye. That's a good one.
I was, you know, it's funny. I was thinking that, but I don't know if I want to do it.
Okay.
When we did Conga, no one knew what we were doing.
This one's creepy. Which one are we gonna do? Ooh. This is a great one.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that one
Okay.
when I saw it.
I'm cool with it.
All right.
It's been a little while since I heard it, so I'm gonna get the lyrics just in case. All right, we got our choice, guys.
We.
Is that how it starts? All right. I don't remember starting like that, but I guess it does.
No, I don't think it does.
That does not look right. What the hell is this? What is that? That is not the lyrics.
That's not that.
What the heck? That is so bizarre. Let's go to this one.
Yeah,
There we
all right,
go.
that's much better.
That's what I remember. This
What
song
the
being.
heck did we just stumble upon?
That was really weird. Okay, well, we found the lyrics, the right lyrics. Let's do this. Guys, we're going to mute the mics again. Enjoy this lip sync challenge. And enjoy our whispering, Kelly.
I
Oh, I'm
absolutely
singing
will.
this.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door? Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, 'cause we don't know how.
That probably really hurt your eardrums. We dropped the mic.
Nope, it was fine. It muffled itself.
Had one job, Andrew.
Oh my God.
Man, I'm sorry, guys. My
messed
mic
that up.
fell, and I thought there was less hey-yas in there. But there was about 4 less of those
Yeah, you
hey-yas.
really dropped the ball on that.
It's been a while since I heard that song, actually. It's a great song, though. Really good song. And I think that's all the wheel spins. Anything
Yes.
worth $5 or more will get you a spin of the prize wheel. That means subbing, resubbing, pledging on Patreon, cheering, tipping, hosting with 10 viewers or more. But most importantly, it is, of course, donating to Extra Life at thelevelupnetwork.com/extra life, like Kids did with the $20.
Looks like we got $8.89 in there.
Yeah, I need to refresh the goal
okay.
again. When you do a fake...
Oh, because it did the...
Yeah. So, black screen for a second here, guys. I just got to refresh the goal.
And guys, don't forget, Scream Tip, like Danielle posted, Scream Tips are, Scare Tips are activated. $6.66 or $13.37
Yep.
are active. It will literally scare the balls off of Andrew.
Just keep in mind that we are not the only ones that hear it. You guys are going to hear it as well. So keep that in mind. Broadway, BB1, thank you for the follow.
There you have
Really
an error,
appreciate
do
that.
1337.
All right, so we're already really far behind. We got to
Yes.
get into our official non-gaming portion
I'm so
of the
glad
show.
that was all about games.
Let's get into TLUS has no game, guys. 3 non-gaming topics at 2 minutes each. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Kelly, are you ready? Kelly?
Ready, Freddy.
Okay,
I'm
there
ready,
we go.
Freddy.
All right. Nice. All right, first up.
I'm scared.
So we got the 20 most binge-watched Netflix shows, and this comes directly from Netflix. So this is the real deal here. I was really surprised at this list. Not at all what I thought would be the binged shows on Netflix. So we'll go from 20 to 1 here. Master of None, Chewing Gum, Glow, Love, House of Cards at 16th, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Wet Hot American Summer, Grace and Frankie, Atypical, Friends from College, Stranger Things at number 10. Orange is the New Black, F is for Family, Trailer Park Boys, Santa Clarita Diet with Drew Barrymore? What? At number 6? You kidding me? The Ranch at number 5, which is not good. That's like one of the most poor of the Netflix shows. And number 4, The 7 Deadly Sins, which I don't even know what that is.
No.
Number 3, Marvel's The Defenders. Number 2, Fuller House. And guys, the number 1 most binge-watched show on Netflix, meaning that its viewers were the quickest to go through it, was Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life, which
hate
I
you
can't
all.
speak to. I have no idea what Gilmore
Oh, I
Girls
can.
is like.
It was only okay.
But I'm just blown away by that. That is not at all like I thought Stranger Things would be way up there.
House of Cards, even Orange is, especially Orange is the
No,
New
I
Black.
completely get it.
Really?
'Cause-
Why?
No, because Fuller House and Gilmore Girls is building on like a late 90s, early 2000s nostalgia. Crosses generations. I mean, my mom and I used to sit and watch Gilmore Girls when I was a kid all the time. So it's absolutely something that people are going to be like, oh, it's part of my childhood. I have to watch it. Whereas something like The Ranch, which I agree is stupid. My brothers have watched it like alone
I
5
tried.
times.
I really did. I promise.
I don't understand it. And Ashton Kutcher's fake Southern accent bothers me to no end, but whatever. Original content like House of Cards, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, they're new, and so it's like, oh, you just kind of watch it as new things come up. But Fuller House, and Gilmore Girls, which are the top 2.
For me,
They're-
a binge show though is one that like ends on cliffhangers and makes you want to watch the next episode. That is not Gilmore Girls. That is not Fuller House. That's something like Bloodline or House of Cards, like things that end with like, holy shit, I need to see what happens next.
Right.
So that's why I
Well,
was surprised.
And I get that. I think for this, it's like I'm reliving my childhood. I have watching it. Also, I've seen the time is up, so I'll stop talking.
But really quick, the other thing is that $8 billion is being spent in the next few years to turn 50% of Netflix into original content.
I don't know how
That's
I
pretty
feel
crazy.
about that.
But now we're on to the next topic, which is that the final Punisher trailer is on screen right now, and it gave our release date, which is November 7th, and they have also confirmed that that wasn't the original date. It
No, I
was
think it was
supposed to come out in
supposed to be this
October. I think it was supposed to come out
Or
in
last Friday.
last Friday, I think,
Last
is when it was
Friday,
supposed to
13th,
come
yeah.
out. So it was officially delayed because of the Las Vegas shooting. What do you think? Do you think it was the right reasons there to delay it, Kelly?
I'm kind of mixed on this.
Mhm.
I feel like, yes, you need to show sensitivity to real life events, but at the same time, you can't really control real life events, so you still just gotta kind of keep doing what you're doing. So I really don't have an opinion one way or the other. It's kind of.
I think it was smart. I don't think that they were wrong by doing it at all. I mean, it was just bad timing. I think if they held it off, like there was an issue. I remember back to the original Boondock Saints. that was supposed to release in theaters right around the time of 9/11, and it didn't. So that's the only reason why it was such a cult hit, because it didn't get its official true release in theaters when
Okay.
it should have. So that's why it was so weird. So that's what happens if you just push it off too long, but they did this the right way. They held off for a couple weeks. They didn't even announce the date in the first
I think
place.
what's kind of
So-
amazing about the whole thing is that they went the route of not revealing the release date as like some
And it just
viral
was
marketing
convenient.
thing, and it totally worked in their
Right.
favor, because then people didn't know when it was dropping, and I'm sure a lot of people just think this is and always was supposed to be the date.
Right, maybe,
Because
yeah.
there's just like an interview in IGN where they said that it was delayed, but I think a lot of people are not going to know about that.
Nope.
So this is the
works
date it was
out.
always supposed to come out now.
They should
kind of,
start
in a
doing that
sense.
more often with, I don't know, games.
Yeah, maybe. And lastly, we're going to talk about Star Wars once again, as we often do. But Episode 9, we're already talking about Episode 9, supposedly will tie directly to the prequel trilogy in some way, shape,
It's
or
insane
form.
to me. So I think we get the revelation that Snoke is Jar Jar Binks.
I think you're going to get the revelation that
agree.
Snoke is Darth Plagueis.
Okay.
To be, like, realistic about
Who
this
is
whole
also
thing.
Jar Jar Binks?
Sure. Yes.
You know
I know
there are
that whole
theories.
thing.
Okay.
Yes, I do. But we're going to put the poll in the chat. What do you guys think? Is there going to be a connection, if any, from Episode 9 to the prequel trilogy? But I think that Darth Plagueis is one of the best little tidbits within the prequel trilogy, specifically Revenge of the Sith, which is on screen right now. And I thought that was a cool moment that they set up there. And I think for them to make Snoke Plagueis makes a lot of sense, and would be a cool way to bridge everything together. But I'm very curious to see what you guys in the chat think in the poll. What do you guys think? Like, is there going to be a bridge? And if there is, like, what would you want it to be?
Mace Windu's alive.
Mace Windu is alive. How did he die? Oh yeah, he was sent out the window,
Yeah.
electrocuted by Darth Sidious.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I really don't know what the bridge would
Do you
be.
want there to be a bridge?
I think it would be cool. You know, there's no attachment. Like, people kind of try to forget that prequel trilogy
Right,
ever
yeah.
happened. Or at least there's a lot of people. There's a lot of younger kids that think that that's Star Wars to them. And I get it. You know, that was at the time when they grew up. But it definitely needs some sort of connector if they really want to make it canon with the rest of the, trilogy.
What about you, Kelly?
I'd like there to be a bridge, and I hope that the rumor's right, because otherwise it's just, it's supposed to be one big universe. What's the point if one whole trilogy is completely disconnected from the other trilogies?
Right. Yeah.
I saw a theory that's like, oh, it's actually a Skywalker's, because every movie follows a Skywalker, and this movie follows Rey, so Rey is a Skywalker. But I really, really hope that she's not, because I'm really sick of the secret brother-sister thing that they did in the original ones. So I'm hoping she's a Kenobi, so that it's just like, what happened to Ben? Give me
Right.
Ben.
I really do think it's more likely that she's a Kenobi than she is a Skywalker, personally. That just makes sense to me. But either way,
That's what I
I think the Darth Plagueis is Snoke thing
Yeah.
would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
and
like
it's
that.
like Scoozy said, it could be more than one of them. They could all be true.
Yeah.
Especially the Anakin returns through some weird Force nonsense part.
Yeah, like
which
what if, like, for
would be
instance,
great.
Luke is training Rey, and kind of like the way Yoda was training Luke with the cave, where he sees Darth Vader as like who knows what that was, a vision of some kind, but maybe Force users see visions. Maybe in some way Rey is able to see a vision of Anakin or Darth Vader or something. Like, I'm not saying I want that. Honestly, I don't. I don't think Darth Vader should be in this in any way at all, but that's a way that they could potentially do it if they wanted to.
Absolutely.
Well, no, but I mean, when Darth Vader died, he returned in his little glowy form as Anakin Skywalker, kind of showing that he. can go
Well,
back
that was
to...
retcon to that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but maybe he appears in that way of like, oh, the dark and the light, you have to choose, and some moral bullshit or whatever he spews to Rey if she's struggling. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily have to be he comes back as Darth Vader, but
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. To Tuckus Ruckus, who just applied for the stream team, definitely. We will accept you. I've seen your streams. You're a good guy, man. I will send you an invite after the stream tonight, and you can join our team. So thank you for applying.
And real quick, it looks like there was a bunch of people that came in because of our title. And I want to, because I don't think they've ever watched the show.
Oh, yeah,
obviously got a
we're
bunch
gonna
of
get there.
people. So just know the way that we do the show, we will get to topic of the week at the end. We go through all the news stories of the week and different segments and anything like that. We save the big thing for the end just to
Right.
have enough time to talk about.
In normal podcast form, usually
Yeah.
the topic of the week is saved for the last half
Absolutely.
or so. So we will be doing that at the very end. As Mike said, as far as the poll goes, it looks like most of you guys think that Snoke is Darth Plagueis.
Did you even put Jar Jar Binks on there?
No, I did not.
So
Why would
you
I
didn't
ever
even
do
give
that?
people the options?
Amend the poll to show that Snoke is Jar Jar Binks.
Thank you.
You guys can just
I'm
post
so
that in the
glad
chat
that
instead.
no one picked number 3.
Which was what? What was that? Anakin
Returns through some weird Force nonsense, which the wording of that alone was golden. So
Yeah, that's why I put it that way, because it's just kind of ridiculous to even go that route. But I needed another option, so I added it for you guys.
Snoke is Jar Jar Binks. There's your option 3.
Seto, yeah, of course. Any of you guys can apply for the stream team. Just do ! Twitch team, I think is the...
Twitchy Terra.
Yep, there you go. There's the Google form if anybody wants to apply for our Twitch team. Thank you to anybody that is interested. All right, moving on. Let's get into what we call community question of the week.
Ooh.
Tell me all about that, Mike.
Community question of the week is where you can go on to our Discord server in community question of the week topic and answer the question that we pose to you all. Usually, you guys do really well. This week, you guys kind of waited till the last minute, so way to half-ass it and just rush it all and force it. Right,
You're fine, guys. No worries.
No, don't be easy on them, Andrew. God, that's how nothing gets done. This guy.
It was a hard question.
It was a hard question. This question of the week was, in your opinion, what has been the most disappointing video game cancellation of all time? If you could choose one game to bring back from cancellation, what would it be? And what would you hope for from the final product? So we had a few answers early on and then some, today. So Split Maniac said, I would bring back PT. It had so much potential. I would want it to be the best horror game out there, but we will never see it.
What a downer ending to that comment.
Right, no, and listen, this is going to be a consistent thing. I think there was a lot of people that shared the same idea, the same mindset on that. So PT, I think, had a lot of potential.
Right.
And it just happened to get pushed out at the right and worst possible time ever. It was at the end of when Kojima was on bad terms with Konami for, righteous reasons, wrong reasons.
Locked in a dungeon.
Yeah, right. As far as he's concerned. So
given barely any food or water, just
give
him a little hamster wheel to exercise.
Was he chained up too?
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
Interesting.
We'll probably never know for sure.
They had keylogger on his computer. Like, God, can you?
I mean, let's be honest. Any salary man over there in Japan is suffering. So
yes.
it's not a good situation.
No, in general.
Those guys work way too hard.
Yeah,
they really do.
Yeah, it's like that's their life. That's their identity. So yeah, no, I agree with this completely.
He wasn't the only one though.
No, he absolutely wasn't, because it continued.
But a good start. A little
weak
in
substance.
Yeah, not a lot of content there.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to give you a positive because
you're normally so good,
right.
Sweet Maniac.
That and PT really was awesome. So I'm going to give 500 points to Split Maniac, and he's in Hufflepuff.
All right, I can get that.
Yeah.
He needs to stop smoking that pot.
Yeah.
Answer the damn questions. Vantera wrote, after seeing what Split Maniac said, I can't help but agree. I love horror games, especially with friends, and Silent Hill was going to be amazing. The demo was one of the most horrifying experiences in gaming. If I can add one more, it would be Scalebound. I really thought that it would give me a reason to play my Xbox, unless it was available on PC, in which case, sorry Xbox. I was desperate for a fresh IP a while back, and when Scalebound was announced, it felt like the gods were answering my prayers. Then they just took it away, destroying my hopes and dreams. Seriously though, what a bummer. And that is why you don't believe
another bummer of an ending to that one. Scalebound, Scalebound's another one.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Someone else even.
I'm a little surprised, to be honest. I never thought it really looked that great because it always looks so unpolished, and I was hoping that they would turn it around. But anytime I saw it, I was like, this looks a little lackluster. So I wasn't that surprised when they eventually canceled it. But I can see now that a lot of people were excited.
I think it's
game.
between the developer. Platinum had a huge history of nailing whatever they put out. And then B, the fact that you want to have faith in the developer. Even though you're not seeing the content, you can see what they're working with, and they can rise up from there. So
yeah, a lot of people really wanted us to talk about NeoGAF. I'm glad that you guys are coming in wanting to talk about that, and we're excited to talk about it, but it is our topic of the week. And I'm also curious, what is GBS, guys? Seems like people are finding us through GBS right now. Maybe we were posted as a link somewhere because we're going to be talking about NeoGAF. So hold on tight, guys. Oh, never mind. GBS is Giant Ball Suckers.
Nice.
Is that a real site?
I don't know.
I'm not going there.
No?
No, that sounds like a site I don't want to go to.
Why not?
No. Should we do it right now, live?
Do it. Yeah. Right on screen.
Right on screen,
I like it.
Giant Ball Suckers. Well, welcome to all the Giant Ball Suckers in the room. Appreciate you guys being here.
Absolutely.
Especially if you guys are fans of NeoGAF. But anyway, moving on. Another great answer there.
I
And
just feel bad
adding
for
on the
them. They have no
scalebound
home to go back to.
gives it a little bit extra
sucks.
oomph there. So I'm going to give 1,500 points to Joey, and he is, of course, within Gryffindor.
Is he?
He's a hero.
Yeah, but was Joey always in Gryffindor though?
Joey is in Slytherin, and he
Thank
will
you.
say
Yeah,
that
I was gonna
himself.
say Joey's in Slytherin. Don't
Is he really?
Don't be trying to give
Yeah,
him
he's
promotions
a
and bullshit.
Slytherin.
All right. Never mind. Minus
He's
1,500
ambitious
points
and
to
cunning.
Gryffindor, plus 1,500 points to Slytherin.
There you go. All right. GFN 2112 said, "Hate to be a dead horse, but I have to go with Silent Hills. The idea of one of the most influential horror series coming back strong was more than enough, but the dream team of Kojima and Del Toro made it into the most promising horror game ever. I'd bring it back in a heartbeat, but it'd be exactly what it was set up to be, the scariest game ever made. I'd love to see the creatures the two of them would have come up with, and the fleshed out version of what they were playing with parallel realities dimensions." I think that was what the most intriguing part to it was, that it wasn't just a Kojima thing. It was Kojima and Del Toro. And if there's something that Del Toro does, it is combining spooky and just like unsettling like nuance and just atmosphere, as well as amazing creatures,
Right.
You know, amazing just visuals. Like he does that well, like he does that perfectly, and combine that with Kojima's just whatever freaking drugs he's on, you know, mindset. He just comes up with the craziest shit, and the two of them together would have created something, I think, absolutely
Spooky,
beautiful.
scary, yeah.
Spooky,
Werewolf bar mitzvah.
scary.
Spooky, scary. Men becoming... Sorry.
Keep going. I'm
I think it's
listening.
boys becoming men. Men becoming wolves.
No. Okay, keep going. I'm
That's
listening,
all I
yeah.
know. Werewolf bar mitzvah. Spooky, scary. Boys becoming men. Men becoming wolves. I'm pretty sure that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all I
you
got.
got?
That's all I got.
Man, dude.
Anyway,
Can't
how
even
many
finish
points?
that.
I like that we're building now. Rick is fleshing it out further, talking about
absolutely.
parallel realities and all this. So I'm going to give 2,500 points to Rick, and he is definitely
Absolutely
in Gryffindor. Moving on.
This Kelly Jellyfish character responded with, "Not sure if it counts as a cancellation per se, but Fable 4. Well, now I love you. I know they wanted Fable 4 to be a little darker, of which higher-ups didn't approve, so that's why they made Fable Legends instead, which still got canceled.
Another one that got canceled.
Still, I would have played the heck out of that too. By the time Fable 3 rolls around, there are very little heroes left in the world, and you are introduced to regions other than Albion. I'd love to see what other regions Fable 4 would have brought, as well as seeing the guild restored. My God, I can go into my hopes and dreams for what Fable 4 could have, would have, should have been.
I was trying to
Well,
keep
let
it
Kelly do
very
that.
concise.
Oh my God.
Oh, I was trying to keep it very concise because I could have rambled and rambled and rambled
Absolutely.
forever.
My thought, I mean, Peter Molyneux always talked about this connected world. You know, he was always, I mean, for all the stuff that he didn't do, he was at least a visionary. Like, he was like half of Steve Jobs. Like, he had the ideas, he just didn't know how to bring them to life. You know, he didn't have either the tools or the, you know, constitution to, you know, bring it to fruition. So I respected what he did, and I kind of miss him in that realm. And I think, you know, it shows, you know, Microsoft's IPs are not doing very well, you know, for what they even have. You know, and he's, you know, one of the things that they lost. Fable 4 could have been so many things, between the regions, between characters, leaving messages, seeing things, you know, left by other characters for you. There doesn't have to be any interconnectivity.
Yeah, that's what's kind of funny about the whole thing is
Like-
now is probably the time when Fable could have been what Molyneux originally wanted it to be.
Yeah.
He never got the chance to make it back then because it was just a little too ambitious at the time. Now would have been the time, and it's a bummer that we'll never get to see it,
The
probably.
humor and the content, the gameplay was just perfect. So
Kelly, you are, of course, a hero, so we're going to give 3,000 points.
Ravenclaw.
To Hufflepuff.
All right, Hufflepuff it is.
All right. I guess we're letting them call their own.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's all right. Diclonius Games responding with, "As far as cancellations go, the most disappointing one I've experienced has to be This Is Vegas back from the PS3 360 era. It's not because I had this pre-ordered, it's because I hoped for much from this game, as while it was comparable to GTA, it had that different, oh my God, I cannot talk. The
Try
F
again,
is
Mike.
wrong with me, dude.
Try again.
it had that differing variable that separated itself from GTA. If I had to bring back one game from cancellation, it would definitely be Silent Hills, and I would expect good old-fashioned horror, not the cheesy jump scares disguised as horror. I absolutely agree, and that's what I was hoping to get from...
I think that's what I thought it was too, Dream Sets. I think he's talking about a game called 8 Days in Vegas. That's what I remember it being called too. And that was a PS3 reveal trailer, like that first year, I think 2005, where they did a bunch of those ridiculous reveals that were clearly CGI. I think that was one of the ones that Diaclonius Games is talking about now.
Gotcha.
But it never really... We never saw much more of it than that. I think we only saw that CGI trailer, and then one thing got leaked afterwards, after it was canceled, of like a kind of a tech demo of it. It looked pretty neat, but yeah, it was just one of those games that was clearly a fakery.
Yeah.
You know, but
there was a lot of that around
the
that
gas
time.
station. Exactly, excuse me, the gas station.
Right.
Like jumping through the window of the diner at the gas station and all that.
There is a game called This Is Vegas? I didn't know.
There's a game called This Is Vegas. 8 Days. Are we mixing up two different games right now? Was there 8 Days and then also This Is Vegas? Either way, I know what he's talking about. I know which game you're talking about.
I'm glad you do,
Jose.
because I don't.
I remember it very well.
But thanks. I have no context to base it on, but that sucks.
I'm going to give him 2,000 points.
Okay.
And he's going to go in Ravenclaw. I think I always put Diaclonius Games in Ravenclaw.
I'm trusting you at this point. I have no idea what the hell we're doing anymore. Derby Habanero. I like
Derby
that.
Habanero.
Derby Habanero says the Ultima series has gone missing from the scene, and as the progenitor of... Oh my God.
What's wrong with you? Are you drunk?
Apparently. I have
Need me to read?
no idea what the hell is going on.
I will do it for you.
I got it. Of modern RPGs and the creators of the first successful MMORPG I can remember. This is sad. Ultima X was the last scheduled game that was a successor to the Ultima series and an online game in the same. Origin was America's RPG company. We should have supported its RPG division. I'm just going to stop talking tonight.
I'm going to give 1,000 points to Jameis because I don't really know Ultima, so I'm sorry. But 1,000 points, and I feel like you are Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I can get with that.
8 Days was the Sony game with the diner. So now I'm curious. Diaclonius Games, are you here? Which game are we referring to now? Because maybe I'm getting mixed up. I remember a game with Vegas in the title from the PS3 generation very early on, and I also remember 8 Days with the diner. So now I'm getting mixed up. Which one is it? Let us know. All right.
Habanero called you a child because you're not old enough to remember it.
Oh, I remember. I know it. I've never played it. So I don't have experience with it. I know what Ultima is. Obviously, I would hope that anybody my age knows what Ultima is.
I do.
Just never played it. All right, guys. We're gonna go to the first commercial break of the night.
I need another drink, apparently.
Yeah, Claire. I'm gonna go get a drink as well, actually. So Kelly's going to control the show for a moment while we go get drinks. But before we head to commercial break, guys, everybody go to our Discord, discord.gg/levelupnetwork. There is a question of the week channel on there. That is where we will post it this week, and you can respond and maybe be featured on next Sunday's show. Dirty Habanero says the first Ultima game was in 1981. The last release title was in 1997. Yes, I was born in 88, so I know what Ultima is, just never played it. So guys, we will be right back in approximately 90 seconds. Kelly, you got the floor. Hold on tight. TX Pac. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 192. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like the show, please just hit that heart button here at twitch.tv/levelupshow. Make sure to turn on notifications. Make sure you get those alerts when we go live. Of course, the prize wheel is active. Anything worth $5 more will get you a spin of it. So that means subbing, resubbing, pledging on Patreon, cheering, tipping, hosting with 10 viewers or more. But most importantly, it is Extra Life donations. We are trying to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals throughout the United States. You can help children in need, whether they be sick or injured, anything. So just go to the link in the bottom left, the levelupnetwork.org patreon.com/extra life. You can donate whatever you have the means to there. It doesn't matter if it's $1 or $100. Every dollar does add up and counts and makes a difference. So please keep that ball rolling. We already got a $20 donation tonight from Hids, and you'll get a flashy dance from us, and you'll get a wheel spin, and it'll be a good time.
And if you donate $6.66, or
that's if you tip. You would have to do a tip of $6.66
Even
or a
better.
tip of $13.37.
which does go directly to Extra Life.
We will forward those to Extra Life, and you'll also get to scare us because it is October.
Yes. Andrew hates it.
Thank you to the
And
follow
it's amazing to me.
that came in. That was from
Somebody.
Athidley?
Athidly.
Athidley.
I don't know.
Athidley, thank you for the follow. Keep them coming, guys. We're going to get into our weekly discussion of the week's biggest
It's like a
gaming
statement.
industry
It's like
news.
a thid, Lee. Like something's a thid.
Yeah. Lee? Talking to the person named
Talking to
Lee.
a person named Lee.
This is the level updates.
Side note before you guys start that.
Pause. Go ahead.
Freaking Extra Life is in 12 days.
It is.
Oh, yes,
like, we
it
really
is.
got to get
It seems
planning.
so far away.
It's not that far away. It's like right around the corner. We need to like
Aren't we
pretty
really
much
get
done?
things
So
figured.
pumped.
No, not at all. We're
I
not at
know.
all done. We
I
need
know.
to get things figured out
I know.
very soon. We're gonna have
We
to
got
talk a lot
this.
this week.
We got this.
But anyway, level update. Before we get going, we got a quick question from Seto. If you are on the stream team, what that means is that there is an actual page, twitch.tv/team/level up network, and it is a hub for everybody on the team. And if you are one of the ones live, then you show up at the top of the list. There is an order. Certain streamers are above others, but there's typically 4, maybe 5 streamers live at any time. So you're going to show up in that list of streamers at the top of the list on the stream team. It also means that you might be occasionally hosted by our channel. So those are the perks of being on the stream team. The idea is that it's supposed to be mutually beneficial. You guys are going to have the Level Up Network shown as your Twitch team. Hopefully, you should set it as that. And you guys should, say that you're a part of the Level Up Network. You should be proud to be a part of the Level Up Network and share in the community and try and bring new people in. It's a mutually beneficial thing. We're all working together to try and help each other out. All right. So the first story of the night.
Speaking of,
So Amy Hennig's Star Wars team has been refocused.
meaning
Not
that
only
EA
that,
got their greedy hands on it.
Visceral Games is no more. They are, of course, the team responsible for the beloved Dead Space series until EA made it into an action game instead of a horror game. But the first 2 Dead Space games specifically are pretty awesome. So it's a
Yep.
pretty big bummer. Let's read off the story from IGN here. EA has announced that Amy Hennig directed Visceral Games Star Wars title will be refocused and redeveloped partially by the other EA studios while Visceral Games closes down. Executive Vice President of EA Patrick Soderlund announced in I don't even know what they're trying to say there. IGN, what are you doing? That Visceral's linear story-based action-adventure game will now be developed across EA's worldwide studios, with EA Vancouver leading production. And instead of making that, the title will be reshaped, quote, to be a broader experience that allows for more variety and player agency, leading into the capabilities of our Frostbite engine and reimagining central elements of the game to give players a Star Wars adventure of greater depth and breadth to explore, kind of implying that they're multiplierizing it. If you want to try and give it a word, and making it more of a games as a service, I would assume. It's a lot what a lot of people are assuming right now. Continuing on, the games we want to play and spend time with, the experiences we want to have in those games, and the way we play, all those things are continuously changing. Once again, implying that things are moving towards Destiny and all this, everybody being socially connected and all of that. And it's really a bummer, because I was looking forward to this one Star Wars game because it was Amy Hennig, because she did Uncharted, and because I imagined this was going to be Star Wars 1313, meaning a linear story experience, something very, very narrative-focused and very much like Uncharted in that it's set pieces and really
Right.
cool moments, you know? And I fear that's not what we're going to get anymore. Kelly, what about you? What do you think we're going to get from this now that Amy Hennig is not necessarily the director and they're moving it away from Visceral Games?
You were asking the very wrongest person that you can, because I was never into any of the Star Wars games at all.
No?
I had 0 interest. None at all. I was just, it's kind of goes back to what we were talking about before. There's that limit for me where some things need to stay in the movie franchise, some things need to stay in the video game franchise, and Star Wars for me is just those that it just doesn't cross over for me well.
Oh,
I
okay.
just not a huge fan.
Well,
Sorry to put a downer on everyone.
No, that's fine. I kind of get it, actually. I don't play too many Star Wars games. I don't, because it
you
doesn't typically grab me. There is the one little bit of footage there of Amy Hennig's game.
that's all we know of it.
Yep.
So here's the thing: we don't know. It could have been crap, and I think even who is it? Jason Schreier, I think, had tweeted something about it, saying that it was kind of a mess.
That's what he
had
said.
no
Yeah.
direction. So that's, and listen, if that's really the case, then this makes sense that things were changed and restructured. But I think the issue comes from EA's past. They haven't done very well with trying to differentiate themselves and trying to diversify their pot. And they're kind of trying to shovel everything into the same category, the same genre in a way, or at least the same play style. And I think that while yes, they're telling gamers how they want them to play, I think we also, as people in this show and the people that are listening to this podcast and everybody else here, we are far more into games than the general audience, especially the general audience that is playing a Star Wars game. While many of those people are true gamers, I think a lot of those people we don't remember are not, and they like these connected games. They like these games that are multiplayer centric, or like Destiny and everything like that. So I understand from a business perspective, I hate it. I really do. But the general audience asking for this, the Joe gamer, who gets 6 games a year, and that's at the most he gets probably more like 3 or 4. He's gonna think this is fine.
Yeah.
Because it's more Star Wars. So
I think a lot of people are just jumping on EA, right? And I get it. I think that's what I want to believe. Honestly,
Right.
is that it was EA sticking their hands in and taking something that was going to be just fine and messing with it. But I think we have to maybe consider the idea right now
That
Amy
Amy
Hennig
Hennig
is
is not
not
very good at her job.
the best director.
right.
When she was always on a team, if I remember right, when she was directing at Naughty Dog, it wasn't just her as the sole director. And now that she's gone on to being sole director twice now, once with Justin Richmond, with Uncharted 4, which was pretty much canceled under her and moved over to Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley, and now also singularly directing this Star Wars game for Visceral. Both times it's been taken away from her
Right.
because, according to Jason Schreier, it was a mess. It didn't have direction and all this. I think we might have to maybe
Except
think
fact
about
that,
the idea that she just might not be what we thought she was as far as a director goes. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe she has her talents, but she needs somebody else with her, taking on her weaknesses. I don't know. I just think that we need to maybe keep that in mind. Is that maybe this game really was a mess? I think we'll never really know for sure. Either way, I think it's depressing that linear story focused games are gradually becoming a thing of the past. My favorite type of game is becoming more of an indie thing than anything else. I'm going to have to keep going to indies to get what I want potentially in the future. And that's a worrisome thing for me.
One of the other, and honestly more sadder parts of this whole story is that Visceral's gone.
Right.
Visceral, known for Dead Space, and even honestly the good parts of Dead Space, because the only reason that Dead Space 2 was Dead Space 2 was honestly because of EA, and that's why people are jumping on them. So I absolutely agree with you, and I think we were talking about this the other day in the chat.
Yeah.
Because and so I definitely agree with you on that. But EA shutting down Visceral makes absolutely no sense to me, especially when their only poorly reviewed title was one that EA told them they had to do things they weren't ready to do.
Yeah, and even that wasn't like poorly reviewed. It was
Right.
just not
Well,
as good as 2 or
exactly.
1, right? But real quick, the poll in the chat was, are you still interested in the Star Wars game under new direction? And most people voted for 5, which was no, I wanted a linear single player Star Wars game. There was also a few votes for as long as there's still a single player campaign, and I need to see the new direction before I decide, which that is totally understandable. This might still turn out to be awesome. We just have to wait and see. I hope it still has a single player campaign at the
Absolutely.
least. I hope they don't go fully, hey guys, this is always connected.
Yeah.
It's games as a service. Like that would be a huge bummer. But we'll have to wait and see. Go ahead, Mike.
Bethesda admits Wolfenstein marketing is influenced by real-world events. IGN writes that Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, marketing is intentionally tying into real-world events, Bethesda confirmed in a new interview. But developer Machine Games decided the game's story long ago and did not intend the game to offer any specific social commentary on recent events. Quote, "We aren't going to hide from the fact that our game is about killing Nazis and freeing the US from the rule, and if we can reference current events as part of talking about the game, so be it. When you have an opportunity to take public stand against Nazis emerging in America, that's an opportunity that shouldn't be passed up." The release date for the game was set in stone months prior to its E3 unveiling, and even further removed from the events of Charlottesville. The game itself and its content were well along the path to its completion. Saying the new take on Wolfenstein's story, themes, and characters were, quote, set in motion many years ago, Hines further explained that the game is not, quote, written to be a commentary on current events because no one at Machine Games or Bethesda could predict what would happen. He said that they also won't be aiming to integrate any new direct commentary and any DLC or updates, and even without the commentary, the game and its marketing are of a piece with the same core message. Quote, and this is the best, "Nazis are bad, and in Wolf 2 you get to kick their asses and it is fun. There are actual Nazis marching openly on the streets of the US in 2017. BJ would not be okay with that. We are not okay with that, and the marketing reflects that attitude."
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely
F
funny.
Nazis.
I think it's funnier that people are up in a like stink about it. Not
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
people,
I think
but
we
in
can say
general.
right now the Level Up Network does not support Nazis, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're totally okay with you killing them in a video game. Sounds good to me.
Pretty much, yeah, absolutely.
Punch them in the face in a video game. That's cool. Maybe not in real life, but in a video game. Sounds good. But yeah, I think this is great. I honestly, I think the marketing is really smart on their end. Even if it wasn't, a part of the real life events, it's just a good marketing campaign. It's
Yeah.
the big fonts like in your face, like over top of the video, and just it grabs you. It's a great graphic marketing campaign. So
Yeah,
I'm on board with
absolutely is.
it, and I'm excited to play it someday eventually.
You're not getting it at lunch?
No, I won't be
You
able
have
to
too
fit it
many
in
things to
right
play.
now. Yeah, I will eventually get around to both of them. I'm not going to play or Old Colossus until I play New Order.
I got Mario coming out this week. There's no way.
That's crazy that that's this week.
I know. I'm excited.
It doesn't
for Friday.
feel like it is.
I'm kind of bummed because I forgot that it wasn't Tuesday.
Like, I don't see that many people like hyping it up and talking
Really?
about it. Like,
I
I'm
think
just
I
kind
see
of
a lot about it.
surprised.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
Oh yeah,
That's crazy that they have dialogue in a
I know.
Mario like title song.
and even the music too. Yeah,
Apparently, the title song is written like on the box art,
yeah,
like the lyrics for it.
yeah. It looks amazing, and it got a 39 out of 40 from Famitsu, so it's an amazing score.
I'm excited to jump into it this weekend.
Kelly, for the first time ever, maybe you would want to read this Switch story.
I would love to.
Do it.
Alright, so GameSpot writes, a big new update for the Nintendo Switch is out now. Update 4.0.0 adds a number of notable and welcome features, perhaps the biggest of which are video game capture support and the ability to transfer data to a new system. It's a big update. It turns out there's more to this update than even the patch notes lead on, as it introduces wireless headphone support to Switch.
Huge.
Additionally, a new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe update is out, adding support for the new video capture feature. With the update applied, you can hold down the capture button and this will record the previous 30 seconds, saving to your album. You can then edit your video and share it to Facebook and Twitter. Supported games include The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, ARMS, and Splatoon 2. This feature is not working yet for Mario Kart 8. In a message in the Switch's news channel says the feature is supported at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version 1.3.0, but the current version is 1.2.1. So it sounds like the feature will be unlocked later in the racing game. Nintendo also says, quote, many more games will add support for video capture in the future.
Yeah, I think
The
that's
other-
I think that's the gist of it there. Let's stop there
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
This is great that they're finally responding to some of the big complaints from early on. The biggest one for
remember-
me is that wireless headphone.
Yeah, so that's
feature.
a big one. Here's what stinks about it is that when the update first, was getting buzz and people were talking about, all they were talking about was the video capture and the transfer of data, which is actually almost a half step because when you transfer your data, you can't switch it back. So if you switch from one Switch to another one, you lose all that data that was on the original one.
Right.
It's gone. So that's kind of a half step in my opinion. So thank you for the host.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
But it's the benefit is that you at least get to move it on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, God forbid anything happens. The big thing, like you said though, was the headphones. That was huge for me. That wasn't actually,
And that wasn't even in
until,
the
like,
patch notes.
I think it was
yeah.
2 days after it was released that people were starting to discover it would work.
So weird.
Which I think is awesome because I have that, you know, wireless headset that I never used.
Yeah, it's kind of like the PS4 Pro when they added that update that added boost mode, which was
Oh
like
my
the
God.
best feature
And no
of
one
that
talked about
update,
it,
and
yeah.
it wasn't even in the patch notes.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. Why wouldn't they focus on that being in there? Because so many people are using it and doing little workarounds as well to make it work for their situation. But either way, the idea is like you can use wireless headsets now
As if
with
it's
the
not
Switch.
normally wireless, basically you just have to have the adapter.
Yeah.
It has to be a headset that has an adapter. So even the PlayStation headsets
Mm-hmm.
can all work for it. But I have that Corsair one, so that's perfect.
Kelly, what's your interest level in the Switch?
I would love to get the Switch if it wasn't A, expensive, B, wasn't behind my priority list of getting the PS4, and C, pretty much impossible to find. Because I like couch co-op. I like games that you can play with other people and against other people, and I feel like the Switch really utilizes on that. Not as so much, interested in it because of the mobility. I'm more interested in it because of the social aspect of it,
Okay.
I guess. But I mean, just because I'm not on the go a lot.
Right.
I'm either at work or I'm at home. I'm not somebody who's moving. So the mobility isn't really a factor for me. It's the kinds of games I can play, which from what I've seen have typically been, besides Breath of the Wild, have been multiplayer games. Like there's that one with the puzzle pieces and Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon, you know, the fun interactive ones.
Yeah.
I still
So
hate
I
that
would-
they
I-
missed
I'd
out
like
the
it.
opportunity to make it Splatoon.
With
I
the
know,
two.
Such
the
a
two.
I didn't even think of that,
terribly
honestly.
missed opportunity.
I didn't even think of that. That's
How
the
did you not
first.
think of that?
My mind doesn't work that way, I guess, with dumb little twos within the title
Yeah,
of a.
I hate alliteration.
Yeah, right. But I'm wondering if I would try and go for one this holiday. I don't know.
Would you? I don't know if you would get enough use out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it depends on, because I don't know if I really wanted to do a 4K TV this holiday, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to do like money wise. So if I don't do that, like the other big gift to myself would
Right.
be like a Switch, maybe. I don't know, either that or VR. But I think I would get more use out of the Switch than the VR right now. I don't think there's enough for VR that I would get more out of it than Switch.
Yeah, you
Just
have-
Zelda
you have
and
enough
Mario
titles.
alone
Right, yeah,
are gonna
right
be
there.
huge. So I'm interested. I
I
don't
can
know.
get it. I can dig it.
Can you dig it?
I want to watch that movie again.
Anyway, guys, we're going to move on to our trailer of the week. Kelly,
What is it?
Would you go to the link provided in the outline?
I would love to, and I think I've watched the second trailer, but I don't think I've watched this one.
Trailer.
I haven't watched this yet. I was supposed to watch it much earlier in the week, but I just didn't get
Oh, you
around
just
to it.
never watched it?
No, I was going to do a reaction to it and everything. I just couldn't fit it in. So we're going to do it now. But I'm going to introduce
That's
this
what
as a
she said.
segment, guys. It's going to go on our YouTube, so we're going to treat it that way. Just because we're saying that we're, thank you for watching and all that afterwards doesn't mean we're wrapping up the show. It just means that we're going to archive
Gone
this later.
forever.
So stick around no matter what. All right. Let me get it set up on the video, too, before we get going here. Boom. All right. Welcome, level uppers, to another live reaction time. Got Kelly, Mike, and myself here. Welcome,
Hey.
Kelly.
Hello.
We're going to be watching the trailer for Black Panther, the newest trailer just released this week, the first full trailer. I think the previous one was a teaser, right?
Was it still technically a teaser?
Yeah, we're always confused with that.
I thought
but
this was trailer 2.
I thought this was a trailer number 1, actually.
Jesus, they
I
need
thought
to
the other
knock it
one
off.
was teaser trailer.
The other one was a trailer. Let's call a spade a spade.
Close enough. But I haven't watched it yet. Anybody here watch it?
I did.
Okay, you watched it, Kelly. You did not watch it.
Not this one, but I've watched the second one.
Okay, and I haven't watched this one either. So let's check out this trailer for Black
Going in
Panther.
fresh.
3, 2, 1, go.
I have seen gods fly. I've seen men build weapons that I couldn't even imagine. I've seen aliens drop from the sky.
Yeah.
But I have never seen anything like this. How much more are you hiding?
Hold up. Let's go.
I like the gravity.
We are home.
It's a weird way to fly a ship.
Right? Like, how is that not uncomfortable with going like this for kind of time?
My son, it is your time.
Show me my respect and bow down. You get to decide what kind of king you are going to be.
Suit's awesome.
Freeze.
I never freeze.
The revolution will not be televised.
Show me my respect and bow down. We own ya. We own ya. We only getting started now, cause we own ya. Everybody think they know me now, cause we own ya. You and I'm a homie now, cause we own ya.
I waited my entire life for this. The world's gonna start over. I'ma burn it all.
Damn, Michael B. Jordan getting jacked.
What happens now determines what happens
Oh.
to the rest of the world.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. What's on that forever? The revolution will not be televised. Let's have some fun.
Wow, this is like not what I was expecting, honestly.
Will be live.
Nice. Visually, that was like pretty badass.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to look that good visually.
Really?
No, not at all. Like that looked really good. I mean, I love Ryan Coogler as a director. I just, you know, he's never done something like this before. He did Fruitvale Station and he did Creed. I mean, this is his first time really going with like a huge, like bombastic superhero film, and he, like that was visually really, really well done. That looked badass. I was very surprised.
Amazing.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I was taken aback by Michael B. Jordan. First of all, guy's jacked.
Yeah.
Guy got huge for the role, but also him in the suit. I didn't know that anybody else had like a Black Panther suit besides Black Panther.
Yeah. No, he's able to wear it. I can't remember the reasons he's able to don it, but he's able to wear it. I can't remember what.
Yeah, that scene. Like,
I
where
don't
they
know
were,
enough about Black Panther to honestly
same,
talk
but that
about
scene with the
it.
train going by and they're like fighting, like that looked badass. Like I'm really excited to see those two face off because hand-to-hand combat is something that you don't get enough of.
No,
in
even
superhero
in
films.
superhero movies.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like in superhero films, like I love seeing like true hand-to-hand combat, and that looked like it was gonna be a pretty badass scene.
Right.
Are you at all knowledgeable of Black Panther? I don't think so, right, Kelly?
No, not aside from what I saw from the most recent Marvel movie that had him in it. Whatever it was, Avengers, the second Avengers movie, I think
Right.
had it in it.
Yeah.
Aside from that, no, I had no idea he exists. But I'm pumped. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, I mean, coming from
Cannot wait to
you know
see
two
it.
people now that, and maybe even three that really don't have strong knowledge of Black Panther, it grabbed me for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely into it, so I'm excited for February.
Yeah.
Where do you think this is gonna fit on the scale of Marvel's? Like, let's say from Avengers 1 all the way down to
Like as far as
what would
like
you say,
rating
Doctor
goes,
Strange?
like critically.
Yeah, what would you say? Like that? What Doctor Strange would be at the bottom, I think, right?
As far as critically goes, no, that was pretty high up there
no.
too.
What was their worst?
Their worst.
Fantastic Four sucked.
No, but this is
That's Fox, right?
yeah, that's not the same Marvel. That's
Not the
Marvel
sa-
properties.
okay,
That's we're talking about like Disney Marvel.
Yeah. What is the
okay,
lowest
that
rated
one.
Marvel
I
film?
guess probably Thor. Actually, it's either Thor
Is
or
it
Doctor
really?
Strange. Yeah.
There's no way. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, please do. I think like Captain America: First Avenger didn't review that well. I think that Thor: Dark World didn't review that well. Which I haven't seen actually because I heard it isn't very good.
Thor: Dark
I don't know,
World's
like
okay.
they've been on a roll recently. Like they just can't do wrong.
Right.
They just can't. It's so crazy. Like they just nail it every time. And I mean, Ryan Coogler, I've got a lot of faith in that guy. He did an amazing job with Creed. Much better than I feel like he had any right to do with that story, like taking Apollo Creed's son and turning like into a new Rocky franchise. Like I really didn't expect it to be near as good as it was. That was one of my favorite theater experiences ever. Being in there with everybody, like during the final match, like almost standing up, like yeah, like every time like a punch was landed, it was like we were watching a boxing match. Like it was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in a theater. He did such a great job with that. And then Fruitvale Station on the other end of the spectrum is such a sad, somber but well-told story, true life story, so seeing both sides of him in that regard, like I think that he has the chops to do a really great job with this film, and I think I'm really excited.
I'm looking forward to it.
So Kelly, what you find out?
Well, I found one from Rotten Tomatoes, but I'm not sure if I want to go by that. So now I've got one from Metacritic,
Okay.
but it has every Marvel movie, not just Disney Marvel.
You gotta remember too, when I said bad, I didn't mean like bad. I was
Yeah, none
talking
of them
about,
are like.
right.
I don't know if
I've
any of them
seen
are
and
below
enjoyed all of
60%.
them.
Actually, I think they're all.
Some of them are definitely bad.
Okay, tell me, what are the bad Marvel films?
Well, Fantastic Four
Okay,
sucked.
yeah.
But Mike says that doesn't count.
Mhm.
No, any of the Fox ones don't count.
Let's see. I'm just gonna read the list that they've given. So, Fantastic Four, I believe, was rated a 27.
Yep.
Understandable.
Steve Purcell says Fantastic Four is so mediocre that its title seems like a violation of truth in advertising laws.
That's amazing.
That was,
Oh my god.
I went into Fantastic
Is
Four.
one of the
and I was
worst films I've
I
seen.
really, it was so awful. I was like, I like the original one. I wonder what they're gonna do differently. And then it was this big old build up, and we're gonna fight the bad guy for 2 minutes, and then the movie's over.
That was
so
bizarre.
I didn't bother watching it.
Dude, it is terrible. I
That or
cannot
Suicide
believe how
Squad.
bad it was.
so bad.
Yeah.
That or
And
Suicide
then
Squad.
after that comes Punisher
Squad.
Warzone. The
Really?
script isn't what matters here. This is a slasher movie with guns and that's pretty cool.
Wait, what was that one? What was that one for?
Punisher, what was it?
Oh.
Okay,
Punisher Warzone.
again, doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Yeah, again, this one is Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance.
Doesn't
I don't think
count.
that doesn't count.
Nope.
Punisher, Elektra, they're really wild.
No,
They're
none of
really
these
going into,
count.
like,
These are
every-
before
none of these-
There you
Disney
go,
and
Fox.
Marvel.
You're killing it.
These are way over. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see if I can't skip. I'm getting into like the 40s and 50s now.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it's not a list. I just have to click through some slideshow. Okay, here's one. I think X-Men Apocalypse.
Nope,
This 2016
Fox. That's
film
also
Oscar
Fox.
Isaac portrays. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that one got rated so low, though. I actually kind of like it.
Yeah,
I am not. That was terrible.
It had a couple
I
good
fucking
scenes.
hate that movie
Yeah.
so much
Really?
because it
I
had
kinda
so much
liked it.
potential. Oh my god, Kelly, I love you. Please don't say that again.
I just said I kind of liked it. That's.
Revise
Giving
that
herself an
statement.
out.
No.
I know. I said I kind of liked it.
We're getting
Alright,
close now, though. I think we're
Back
getting close to
to-
a true Marvel film, so you're almost there.
Right.
I'm gonna go back to Rotten Tomatoes, and we're just gonna go off of that because this is too much to go through all of this.
Doctor Strange wasn't too
There's
high.
just no
Ant-Man
way.
wasn't too high.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Thor's-
Ant-Man was so good.
Ant-Man was good. I liked Ant-Man, but I don't think it
Ant-Man
was reviewed
like
that
a
high.
solid like 80ish, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, this is Marvel movies ranked worst to best
Oh.
by the Tomato Meter.
Great.
All right, we're gonna go off Rotten Tomatoes. 16 is Thor: The Dark World with 66%.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Wow, there it
That's
is. That's it.
That's
Thor:
it
The
then.
Dark World is
That's
the worst
it.
one.
That is the worst one.
So from
Let's see
Thor to
what's the
Avengers 1, I
top
guess.
Let's
I'm-
see what number one
Wait for it.
is. Number one is Iron Man with 94%.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, I can get that.
92%.
That was the original.
We'll go best to worst. So number one, Iron Man. 2, Spider-Man: Homecoming, which I liked it very much.
Yeah, very good.
3 is Marvel's The Avengers. 4, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mhm.
5, Captain America: Civil War, amazing movie.
Awesome. Yep.
6, Doctor Strange. Really? Doctor
Wow,
Strange
that's
is
kinda
all the way
high.
up
There you go. Yeah.
That's really high.
Jeez. 7, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Much better than Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I
thank
agree
you.
with that for sure.
8 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which I
Mhm.
have yet to see.
I haven't seen it
9
either.
is Ant-Man
Wait,
at
really?
82%.
See,
10
that's
is
that. That's
Captain
like
America: The First Avenger. Really? Captain America did worse than Doctor? I'm so hung up on
I
Doctor
wasn't
Well, I mean, that-
crazy about First Avenger. I
yeah,
thought it was okay.
I thought it was very good, but I didn't think it was
I
the
liked
greatest.
it. It was a little different than the kind of the typical superhero guns blazing action. It was more like it's kind of like a mini coming of age kind of movie.
Yeah, I agree with that.
To my
It
appealed
wasn't
to
big.
my more sensitive side. So
Yeah.
I liked it. 11 is Iron Man 3.
Mm.
12 is Thor, the first one. 13 is Avengers: Age of Ultron, which kind of makes sense because I wasn't
Mhm.
a huge fan of that one. 14 is Iron Man 2. Again, not a huge fan of that one. 15, Incredible Hulk, and then 16, Thor: The Dark World.
Was Incredible Hulk truly Marvel? That was also like one of those other guys, right? I feel like that was one of those other
I think it
guys.
was one of
No.
those. If I'm remembering correctly, the Incredible Hulk was the first one that came out.
Yeah, Incredible
Or
Hulk.
was
No,
it-
well, Incredible Hulk came out after Iron Man, but they hadn't finalized their idea of what they were doing. It was still just teasing of what they were going to do. So at the end of Incredible Hulk, you get a cameo of Tony Stark.
Oh, you're right. You do.
Talking with the general.
Yeah.
So you do have.
Yeah. So I
it
guess
in
that one
there.
does count.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, from going with Mike's question, going from Thor,
Anyway, back to what we were
Thor
talking
to Dark World all the way up to Iron Man, the original Iron Man,
Right.
that being the range. I think Black Panther, honestly, if I had to guess, I think it's going to be in the top 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4.
I agree.
I was gonna
it's
say I
gonna
think
be
it's gonna
up
be
there.
number 4.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close to that 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's going to be that good.
Mm-hmm. I can absolutely agree with that.
100%.
It's either going to be 5 or 4, I think, right in that section.
Very curious what the viewers have to say as well. And those watching on YouTube at youtube.com/TheLevelUpNetwork. Where do you think Black Panther is going to fall in the echelon of Marvel superhero films? Is it going to be worse than Thor: The Dark World, or is it going to be in those top 5? Like, what do you think? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, if you like this video, hit that sub button here at youtube.com/LevelUpNetwork. If you want to catch these live, they're on Twitch at twitch.tv/LevelUpShow. Just turn on notifications. Make sure you get those alerts when we go live. And we'll catch you then. Until then, take care. And as always, don't forget to level
up.
Doctor Strange, number 6.
That's kind of high.
Yeah, that's a little high.
I think that's a little high. And listen, I really like Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
I've watched it again after it came out of theaters at home and enjoyed it then as much as I did when we all saw it in theaters together. That said, I think Doctor Strange is definitely closer to like the 8-ish. Number 8.
I would definitely put it in like the low teens or high single numbers, single digits, but definitely not.
I think
definitely not.
I like the first half better than I like the second half of Doctor Strange. I actually liked it more when it was focusing on like his injury and like him trying to recover and all of that. I didn't think it was great when it was focused on the villain, who I thought was very lackluster.
Well, that's the thing, is like they didn't build up the villain very well, almost at all.
Which is a shame, because Mads Mikkelsen is amazing.
Right.
Such a great
really
actor
underused.
and really great as a villain, so he was underused. Although the Dormammu scene was great.
Dormammu was great.
That was a great scene.
Really
but anyway.
smart.
Let's go to another commercial break. When we come back, we're getting back into the level update, and then after that, we're moving on pretty close to that NeoGAF discussion. So people in the chat that have been waiting for NeoGAF, it's still coming. Hold on tight. We'll be back in about 90 seconds, and we'll do Hold On Tight Seto Apprentice this time. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 192. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, hit that heart button like several people have done tonight. I can't read what that last one was. It's a little too small for me, but thank you so much to all the follows that have come in. It was AJ something. AJ Assy, if you want to say it that way. But I think it's actually supposed to be AJ Assy. Not AJ Assy.
What's a Jassy?
I don't know. Andy Martz, also thank you for the follow. Sum5513, thank you for the follow. Fennec Fox, all you guys, thank you so much. Keep those coming. Hit that heart button here at twitch.tv/levelupshow. Turn on notifications. Prize wheel is active, of course. Anything worth $5 or more, get you a spin. Subs, resubs, pledges on Patreon, cheer, tip, host, 10 viewers or more. But most importantly, donations to Extra Life. Guys, the levelupnetwork.com/Extra Life, bottom left-hand corner. Go there, support children's hospitals throughout the United States and also in Canada. Help children in need, whether they be sick or injured. It's an amazing charity that we've been... Oh my God.
The reaction to that was golden. Oh my gosh. That was good.
Oh my God. Told you guys. Told you guys we weren't going to be the only ones that suffered. That was
It's gotta be loud or it's not scary.
Man.
How you doing?
That was way too loud, says Wolfie.
Oh my God.
It's very loud.
Oh boy. Woo! I need that clip. There it is.
Thank you, Jameis, for the $13.37.
I knew he was waiting right from when we came back. $13.37 is so much better.
It's dangerous. It's honestly dangerous how loud that is. It hurts.
Especially because we only have one headphone in, and they're the earbuds, so it's not even like we're getting like true good audio.
Apologies to headphone users. We are like you. That hurt.
In this episode, when Drews first started having heart palpitations.
How messed up would it be if like one of us had a heart attack live?
Oh my God.
Or just faked a heart attack just to make the person feel bad.
About like media coverage.
Yeah, right? Probably should fake the heart attack next
Where's
time.
Joey?
Yeah, Joey. Maybe he had a heart attack.
He's still muted.
Still muted?
Also,
Come on, Joey!
heart palpitations are not that bad. I've had them since I was 16. It just feels like your heart stopping for a minute.
Oh, no big deal.
Bad. It just feels like your heart stopped.
No
it's
big
like
deal.
The side effects, like this medicine could help you, you know, have less dandruff. You could die, but you know, you have less dandruff.
So Joe says he
mine
doesn't want to
was-
do it because his throat's hurting him. He keeps coughing.
Gotcha.
No problem, Joe. Feel better, man. Well, let's do a wheel spin. That's how you do it, guys. That will be forwarded to Extra Life. So you can tip us like that, or you can donate directly to Extra Life at the levelupnetwork.com/Extra Life. Dude, imagine how I feel when I have the
Oh, I know.
PlayStation headset on.
Well, you know, he said he was going to do it to me the other night, but like, who needs a heart? But my audio doesn't work for the PC. Like, I don't get audio alerts
Okay.
right away. So we need to figure that out.
Who needs a heart? We need a heart. Give us a heart here at
Some of the sick kids
twitch.tv/levelup
need a
show.
Wait, just like real quick, I've been coughing
buddy.
like crazy, so I'm trying not to, like, I don't know what's going on right now. Like, I have something that's stuck in the back of my throat, but that scared the crap out of me.
Joey, go
Like,
drink a
really?
swig of whiskey, of hard
This
whiskey.
is like the second time. Like, believe it or not, I got back, I don't know, around like 10:30 or something when the first scare hit. And I was sitting on the freaking toilet. Like, I know it's embarrassing, but I screamed in the bathroom because that stupid sound was so loud.
You screamed?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
That
great.
the
I've never heard it before.
$13.37 one is awful. That one is terrifying.
really
That's like the old screamers they used to
Oh
get
my God,
on
I used to
YouTube.
love those.
That was like the old version of Rickrolls. That was
Yeah.
before Rickroll came out. They would do screamers where you would watch a video at the very end. It would
or play a game.
put up the Exorcist girl's
Remember the
face
Flash
with the
games
screamer.
that they used to play.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what that
can't-
audio is.
I can't remember if I told this story or not yet, but I was watching a clip that somebody had posted, I guess, after the first night you had enabled those,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
like 5 minutes before I left the house, and then I closed my phone, didn't think about it. And so then I got in my car, and my car automatically connects to Bluetooth.
Oh
And so
no.
the first like couple seconds of the video is very quiet, and so when my phone connected, I heard nothing, and so I was just pulling out of my driveway, and it's of course pitch black because it's 6:30 in the morning, and then I just hear this scream. Oh my gosh, my heart stopped. I slammed on the brakes. It was just like fear, and I was trying to figure out like what was going on. What was that? Where is it coming from? And then I heard like this buzzing in the background, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's my phone! It's Drew!"
That's
I
Screaming at
apologize.
the thing. Oh, it scared me to death, and
It's
now
scary,
I,
man.
Like, I make sure.
I
like,
regret it.
my
I regret
volume
it big
goes
time.
I
down
don't regret it at all. I
before
love
before
those.
do anything
I'm
now.
happy you guys enjoy it, but it's terrifying every
little
single
pansy.
time. Well, anyway, we've gotten 2 tips tonight. So
we
I'm
have.
going to show you how it's done. We're going to donate to Extra Life right now, $20. Thank you so much for the 2 tips that came in. That was Danielle and Jameis, and now you guys get to see, hopefully, the little dance that's going to happen. There's also a test here. What's
Well,
up?
real quick, someone said something in the chat. I just want to see it. Scroll up a little bit.
Go up, okay.
Just a little bit. I don't know if it was anything I needed to see.
Will the sound of a woman screaming in terror be available to be played over your discussion of Tyler? No. Well, technically yes, but
right.
don't recommend it.
No.
Do not recommend it at all during that discussion. But you guys are in control, technically.
Yeah.
But anyway, this
Sorry.
is for Extra Life. Thank you so much for the tips tonight, guys. Really appreciate those. And I believe it's through. Will it work?
Sounds good. We'll see.
Will it work?
Tips of 666 or 1337.
Yeah. Those are the scare tips. Yeah. I'm not sure why did the Extra Life go through? It did. Thank you for your donation. Okay, so $20 Extra Life. It should pop up hopefully very soon if I did it right.
We'll see.
I did it on
Anyway.
your page. Donate. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it went there. 520. It worked.
Cool.
All right, cool. So $20 to Extra Life should show up there in a moment. Guys, keep that ball rolling. Go to levelupnetwork.com/Extra Life if you want to be like Hids with the $20 donation earlier tonight, and like us right now with a $20 donation forwarding on the 2 tips that happened tonight. But moving on, let's get back into the level updates. Mike, you're up.
Am I?
You
My
are.
turn? Sony is publishing Nintendo and Switch and Sony is publishing Nintendo Switch and PC games. So what's that? So Sony is publishing Nintendo Switch and PC games. GameSpot writes, a division of Sony is to publish video games for, among other consoles, the Switch, the company announced. Sony Music Entertainment, of all companies, has launched a new publishing label called Unties, whose upcoming projects include a game titled Tiny Metal that's coming to Nintendo's hybrid console as well as PC and PS4. Unties has so far revealed 3 more projects, one for the PS4 and 2 listed for PC/TBA, hinting they could be coming to other platforms later on. Sony Music says the label has been set up to, quote, unearth high-quality indie titles and utilize SME's vast entertainment business wisdom in order to expose them to as many consumers as possible. It went on to say that it intends to free creators from the myriad ties that bind them when it comes to publishing their games and make free limitless publishing a reality. Kind of, hypocritical coming from the only company that won't let us play with other consoles. But
yeah, maybe it's weird. like it says here also in the story, like they kind of tried this out in the past with like PlanetSide 2, Payday the Heist. They've done a little bit of this in the past, but never directly with Nintendo. Do you think there's anything behind this at all?
I don't know. I mean, I was talking and kind of hoping. We were talking about this. What could it mean and this and that. I would love to see that there would be a partnership of some sort. Coming down the line. Not that kind of either company really needs to right now.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that these companies can play well with at least somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we always see it, and it's always anti-Xbox. We get a lot of, but I feel like it's a telling thing when you don't see Microsoft involved in these conversations.
Right.
Do you agree?
Yeah, it never happens. Yeah, not yet at least. But they have been a little bit forward thinking recently with stuff like the cross-platform play and stuff like
absolutely.
that. So maybe it could happen. I would love to see more and more of them working together, just because it's better for like the community of gamers and helps to foster positive community as opposed to fanboyism and console wars and all that.
And not only that, I'm hoping they're starting to realize that they're not kind of fighting each other. They're playing two different sides. But they're not really fighting each other.
No.
They're kind of like playing two different sides. So Nintendo has this almost casual side, but like this really dedicated fan base of people who are going to get Mario and Mario Kart and Zelda and all these other games. And then you have Sony, who's going to be like, I guess, a little bit more hardcore gamers and stuff like that.
Right.
Sorry, you made me crack. I hate it because I wasn't able to do that.
Well, we do have to acknowledge it. Thank you so much. I think that was Dirty Habanero, wasn't it?
Probably. I don't know.
No, it's not showing up. I don't think. Oh, he did 1337 as a donation to Extra Life. Doesn't give us a scare.
Oh, that was good though.
Sorry.
Get wrecked, Joey.
Oh,
get wrecked, Joey. What'd you do, Joe?
Did Joey do it?
Yeah, it said Joseph Merced.
Oh, Joey.
It was Joey for the keys.
Oh, good job,
Joe.
Joey.
Thank you so much for the donation to Extra Life.
Joseph Merked.
Get wrecked. So we'll give him a wheel spin in just a moment. But yeah, either way, it's kind of cool. Maybe it'll open up things in the future. But right now, it seems like just like they've done in the past. They're just
it's honestly probably just absolutely nothing. It's just a company that they're working with.
Let's finish off the level update before we do any wheel spins.
Yes.
Next up, this was pretty cool. TwitchCon, of course, this weekend, and they had their keynote where they announce some new features in the works. Honestly, TwitchCon is becoming like a little mini E3 for me because we're so ingrained into Twitch now that I'm always excited to hear about like what's coming down the pipeline.
Get some really big updates,
Right, and so here's a summary, somewhat, of what was announced at the keynote. First up, for us streamers, there's something going to be called a stream summary, which some sites offer now in replacement of Twitch. For instance, Streamlabs, they'll email you afterwards with a little stream summary, you know, how many follows you got, how many tips, how many subs and whatnot. But now to be, provided by Twitch, I'm sure it'll be a little bit more feature filled, a little bit more accurate potentially as well. Maybe you see your peak amount of viewers, maybe you see your timeline of where your viewers peaked and all that kind of stuff. So it's good for us to be able to see a stream summary and know when people came in, when people left, when people tipped, and all of that.
How many people left after they heard the giant screams?
Right. exactly. There's also something called premieres, which is really cool. Similar to how people gather around the TV for the debut of a favorite show, we want to help video creators organize first viewing events to generate the most excitement, anticipation, and viewership around the unveiling of your new videos. By the end of this year, you'll be able to use premieres to transform your uploads into exciting live events by scheduling, hyping, and interact with viewers in chat during the unveiling of your content. So even like an Extra Life marathon, maybe you're revealing the date or this or that, you can actually have, it seems like, a little mini event to announce, to premiere this, and get people hyped up. So just more work on Twitch's end to help us get you guys hyped and incentivized for certain things. This is one of the best ones here. They are making it much easier for us to do raids. Right now, we have to create our own command and instruct you guys what to do and all this kind of stuff. But raids are one of the most exciting things on Twitch, and now we've made them easier. After all, one of the best things to grow your channel is by teaming up with other streamers. Starting in November, you can use your own new raids command, /raid, to start a raid, let your viewers join in, and it will automatically host them as well. So that's great. That's so much help to us on our end. Rooms. This is pretty cool for you guys in the chat. You can actually create your own rooms dedicated to certain discussions while we're live, or even when we're not live. Let's say that trophies is something that multiple people want to talk about in the chat. You of course can do that on Discord, but maybe you want to do it while we're live. Maybe you want to stay within Twitch. There's going to be the option to create rooms within a certain channel now dedicated to interests that you have, and then you could try and get other people to join you in those rooms. So pretty cool. Next up, rituals. Rituals make it easier for you to celebrate special moments that bring your community together. Say a viewer is checking out a new channel for the first time. After a minute, she'll have the choice to signal to the rest of the community that she's new to the channel. Twitch will break the ice for her in chat, and maybe she'll make some new friends. Rituals will help you build a more vibrant community, and it launches in November. That one I'm curious about. They didn't give us a lot of information. I want to know like what other kind of rituals they are going to do besides.
I like the ones for new viewers, especially people that are willing to chat, because that's what one thing that I think happens. That people don't realize is that when it's a very busy night, when we have a lot of people in the chat, and when people are talking very quickly, a lot of these newcomers feel unwelcomed, or they don't just get acknowledgement. And it's not because you guys don't want to talk to them. It's just a lot of times you just don't see it. You're ingrained in other conversations. So this is, definitely a way to get out there and say, hey, hi, something like that, so that everybody can see that. So
yeah. Thank you for the very nice comment from Seto. It says, hey, Mike and Drew, I just want to say you guys are amazing. I love you and your show. I love being able to watch and talk with you guys. I remember the first time I met you. I met Drew. Me and him played PUBG one night, and we had fun. Again, I love you guys. Thank you so much, man.
Cool. Thank you.
Glad to have you part of the
Appreciate
community.
That.
Everybody, of course. You guys are the best. There's still a few more, actually, from this keynote. Next up, they're adding an achievement system to the site. Hold on one second. I got to get a drink. I'm turning into Joe. I got something.
You're right.
I got an itch in my throat. For many streamers, affiliate or partnership status is the dream, but the steps you should take to reach those goals haven't always been clear. Achievements clarify those requirements and encourage creators to learn streaming best practices and interact with their communities. This feature is built to give streamers a fun roadmap to achieving greater success on Twitch. Check back in November for more. So maybe you could be like first time chatting, get an achievement, like stuff like that.
I'll see what I'm hoping that it converts over to like bits or something like that.
That would be cool.
Really cool.
Yeah, that would be very cool. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe the best one though, and something we're going to add to the prize wheel actually. Subscription gifting.
Yes.
So you guys are going to be able to actually choose a $5, a $10, a $25 subscription and gift it to another viewer, or we could do it as well as a part of the prize wheel. Maybe you guys land on a $5 subscription on the prize wheel, and we will give it to you for a month. That way you get access to audio hooks, you get access to the +1 badge, all those special little perks that come through being a sub. You might be able to get those by spinning the prize wheel, which is pretty cool. I think it's a nice little thing. It gives us something to do other than a $10 PSN card, which it's like a middle ground, because we could do like a $5 sub instead, and that's great. I can't wait to see what you guys do with that too. If you guys are going to start gifting each other and growing as a community and helping each other out, that would be really cool to see. And I'm very curious as well, which of those features that I just named are you most excited for as a streamer or as a viewer as well. I couldn't put all of them in there, but a bunch of them are. So stream summary, premieres, raids, rituals, achievements, or subscription gifting. Which of those are you guys most excited about? Let us know in the chat. And Kelly, you can read this final story of the night as far as level update goes.
All right, so do we want to look at the new story trailer first?
Yes, thank you for reminding me. I did put that in there for that reason. So, guys, we're gonna check out this new story trailer for Star Wars really quick for Battlefront 2, of course. Let's check that out now. I'll put it full screen for you guys.
Cool.
Take a second for it to load up here. There it is.
Admiral Versio. The rebellion cannot be allowed to persist. Ignite the inferno.
You wish to see me, sir?
The Emperor is dead.
So what happens now?
We retaliate, Commander.
The helmet's way too big, right?
We've been fighting our whole lives. The day the rebellion dies. The Empire's time has come.
This is not our mission.
I am your commander. Stand
Ah, it's
down.
Canada, nice.
You take orders from me.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. I have interest in it. I don't know how well it's gonna.
They're saying it's probably going to be about
Game.
5 to 7 hours long, which probably means
Very
more like
short.
5,
Mhm.
which is fine. You know, it is a multiplayer-focused game, primarily, but it's cool that they are giving us a story campaign this time around, and it is cool that you're playing as the Empire.
Right. It's
side.
it's definitely a different take, and that's why I have interest in it.
But moving on from that, that's actually not what the story's focused on. Oh my god! Why does it keep happening twice? Why twice? Why twice? I don't understand why it keeps echoing. That makes it even worse.
It's gonna be double. Yeah. Mike's reaction is always golden.
Oh my god. Thank you, Derek, for
Oh
the
my
$6.66 tip.
Woo! I'm so happy that we
Read
have
the
this
message.
option.
He wants me to read the message. All right, I will read the message. Hold on a sec. The message
Oh,
is... Where is it? Events. 9 Fox. View message. This is for not playing Mass Effect. You bastard. You
That's so
bastard.
good. Oh my god.
I told you guys. I said at the beginning I was going to remove it from the talk show. I warned you guys. You guys said not to. I told you. I told you it's bad. It's not just bad for us. It's bad for you too.
You had your opportunity and you lost it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, Kelly, go ahead. Let's talk about the Star Wars story here.
All right, so GameSpot writes, Star Wars Battlefront 2's open beta ended last week after giving players a chance to try out the game's new weapons, maps, and heroes. However, much of the discussion surrounding the game has focused on its microtransactions, loot crates, and star cards. Battlefront 2 will give away things like maps and character DLC for free, but it will also use a loot box style system for unlocking various upgrades, leading to some fans accusing the system of being a pay-to-win. In an interview with GameSpot, EA said people's fears are understandable, at the same time as calling the accusations hard to dodge. Quote, right now there have been games that exploit players, and there have been games that have done it in better ways. DICE, the developer of Battlefront 2's multiplayer, has taken great care to make sure that star cards and the way they work give you more options in battle. Terms like pay to win and stuff like that are hard to dodge, but the guys are doing a really incredible job of trying to balance that system. The response is not annoying because we love the fans. We're gamers and we're trying to make something that's super compelling that everybody's going to enjoy, but it's understandable. When asked if they can envision a version of the game where the loot crate system is removed, Matthews was non-committal, saying, "We're not really in a great position to talk about that, and the guys at DICE would give you a great answer." What a cop-out answer.
Yeah, yeah,
Not even
seriously.
an answer at all.
Yeah, not an answer at all, really. But it sounds like it. I don't think they're going to change anything. They might tweak it a little bit, but they're not going to remove it. What do you think? Do you think like the explanation is actually sound that, you know, the star cards, you know, you are doing the loot boxes to get the star cards, but you have to level up your character to a certain point and even to utilize that star card. So therefore, you have to play the game. It's not entirely pay to win.
That just seems weak, and kind of going back to what we talked about last week with kind of the gambling with the loot boxes and using Overwatch as an example.
Yeah.
You can pay to get Overwatch boxes, or you can play to get Overwatch loot boxes, but whether you do or you don't, the loot boxes have zero effect on the game itself. This lets you have access to maps,
Right.
character DLC. I mean, you could get it randomly, or you could never get it, and just to play on the same maps as other people, or to enjoy the same content as other people, you have to pay. And I feel like that's kind of shady. Either offer it as a DLC package, offer it straight up as the only way to get it is to pay for it, but don't put it in a loot box as like, oh, you might get some stuff for free, because it's unfair. It's just it ruins
I
the
actually
fun,
have a
to me.
different hot take on it,
Okay.
because I don't like loot boxes. I don't ever see the reason to pay for them, and I know that there are plenty of people that pay for them. Johnny is definitely one of them. The amount of money that guy has sunken into some of these games, I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? But I get it. Like, it gives you an easier way to access it. But the thing is, unless it's breaking the game, like, I think people getting up in arms is a little bit extra. I think it's definitely a little bit sensational, just to, you know, because here's my take is that yes, there is a limit, and I feel the limit, you know, the line is about to be crossed, you know, in the coming years, to where it will be pay to win more often than not. But as of right now, as it stands, you don't have, there's really not many games that require you to pay loot boxes, to buy these loot boxes in order to feel like you're getting the true experience out of it. The worst the worst one out of all of them recently is Shadow of War, to where when it gets later in the game, it's hard to have the right characters that you need to fortify your base and attack other bases and stuff like that. So I get that, but you don't absolutely have to do it. You know, that's not required of you to do it. You can definitely play the game more and get more out of it that way. But there is going to become a time when there's that line that's going to be crossed, to where it's going to be a game that, you know, is single player only, that should have been maybe a 8 to 10 hour campaign, or maybe a little bit more, but because you would have to grind and make it a 15-hour game, buying those loot boxes will be extremely enticing. Or a multiplayer game to where you can only get certain guns in certain loot boxes that you have to buy,
right?
You know, for, you know, something online like Call of Duty or something. That's the line that we're gonna have to hit.
Yeah.
But until then, like, if you don't want to pay for loot boxes, you think it's outrageous, stop. Like, don't buy them.
Right,
You know,
and as
like,
we talked about last week, it's going to be
I
on the reviewers to let us know when they're being used in a way that's somewhat shady or manipulating the buyer. And
the problem with that is some people don't know. They don't.
Right.
A lot of these loot boxes aren't live until the game actually
right.
launches.
No, you're right, but that's the thing. A lot of the reason you see a lot of review in progress now, especially with multiplayer games, is I think for that reason they want to be able to see once the actual game launches, like, what is going to be the gameplay, what is going to be the multiplayer that the consumer actually consumes, as opposed to the reviewer. So I hope that we get the information that we need as far as the future of loot boxes, and I agree with you that it's definitely the line. You can't cross that,
right?
And I think that when it comes to this game here, they felt like they had an out, and they built it in from the very start, and like, this will be our outs, and that's what they're using right now as their outs. So thank you so much to Split Maniac for that sub. Really appreciate that. To all the people coming in, we just got an influx of a few viewers. I think it's probably because the tweet went out saying we're going to talk about NeoGAF in just a moment. We're getting very close to talking about the NeoGAF story of the week. Probably about 10 minutes, I would say.
I would say 5 minutes.
Yeah, we just got to do our on the spot, and then we'll get to NeoGAF. So hold on tight, guys. We'll be talking about that very soon. We're going to do a couple wheel spins real quick. First for Joe for his $13.37 donation to Extra Life, supporting the kids. Joe, great job, man. That's the way to do it. This one is for you.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joseph. I think he thought he was going to scare us, but no. And he gets
trophies, I think. Yeah,
75 trophies to the entire room, and this one is for Split Maniac. Thank you so much for that $2, or sorry, that 2-month resub. Really appreciate that as well. And Google
Translate.
Translate.
Nice.
I would like to see Kelly do Google Translate.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Yes.
who did the 666 earlier?
That was Jameis, right? No, that was Danielle.
No, someone like just did it, and you guys had like just commented that it was.
Oh, that was
Double
Derek.
doing it?
That was Derek. You're right. Derek, and this is the $6. I tried to forget that as quickly as
And then
possible.
the,
He said it was about Mass Effect, so screw that guy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, we're going to look at a video game magazine really quickly as well. It was Derek.
And then Split Maniac.
No, I just did Split Maniac.
Then there was
That was
one
the
more,
Google
I think.
Translate.
Wasn't there?
No, that was it.
That was it.
Joe, Split Maniac, and Derek.
Okay.
So, Kelly, you can work on that Google Translate, and we will take a look at a magazine. Let's go to free cam.
Okay, am I writing the phrase to be?
Why don't you do the
translated?
rapid fire roundup, and then we'll do the
the magazine after
yeah.
that. All right, I'll do the rapid fire news roundup while you prepare the Google Translate.
I'm thinking of the phrase that I want you guys to say.
No,
Yeah,
you're
no,
doing
you're
the
saying
phrase
it.
and saying it.
You're saying
Oh,
it.
I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm saying it.
we'll pick the language.
That's even better. I don't. Okay.
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 All right.
Someone give me something to say. Oh,
We got our mini stories left in the rapid fire news roundup. First up in the rapid fire news roundup, unfortunately, we don't have the entire September NPD because some type of data miscalculation actually delayed it. But we do know that once again, the Nintendo Switch is the top console of the month. And
awesome.
actually, Nintendo consoles entirely, that includes the NES, SNES Classic, and the 3DS, and the Nintendo Switch, they account for 2/3 of everything. So Nintendo is on a roll. Good for them. It's pretty crazy, the comeback story that Nintendo has had this generation with the Nintendo Switch. Moving on from that, Sony has announced a new mini controller. It's actually wired. It's meant for children. It'll show up on the screen in just a moment here. It removes a lot of the more expensive features of the DualShock 4. That includes the touchpad, the light bar, and maybe even more than that. One of the big ones, of course, is it removes Bluetooth and goes for a wired connection. Not even a long one either. It's like a 6-foot wired connection. Like the image that they're going to show is kids sitting on the floor. It's almost like they're trying to inspire that in a sense, like old school kids sitting around the TV on the floor with the wired
They
controller.
need to stop doing that. Between the SNES Classic and then this, I'm gonna kill someone.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna strangle them with these cords.
Here are some images.
I do want to get one of these though for Danny. I think she would have a much easier time holding the controller and playing.
Yeah, it's considerably smaller than the DualShock 4. I don't think there's a comparison image, but it is considerably smaller. You can kind of tell even by the size of the buttons in comparison. Box is nice too. I actually like the retail box art and all that.
All right, and Kelly, I got a language for you when you're ready.
I am ready. I just made up my own phrase because no one gave me something to say. So.
No, that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
No, yeah, you're supposed to come up
Okay.
with
You're
your
supposed to come
own
up with
phrase.
like a paragraph or something like that.
Oh
and
no,
you-
I thought the person who got the wheel spin was supposed to give me something to say. Or no,
No,
the
well, yeah, the
That's
language,
what it
yeah.
The
is.
language is chosen for you, yes.
The language. All right. Well, I got something to say. So
All right,
just let me know what language you're gonna
Third story
force me to do.
in Rapid Fire News Roundup. Top actors named for the voice of the titular character of Detective Pikachu. And those 4 in the running, or at least the ones being sought out, are Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Mark Wahlberg, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh my god, I don't want this.
What's your number one pick of those 4?
Mark Wahlberg?
Really? Mark
Dwayne.
Wahlberg?
Because out of all of them, he like if it's going to be bad, I want him to be attached.
Really?
Like I know that's mean, but like I would rather it go down in like spectacular flame than just like seeing somebody else that I really enjoy go down with it.
See, but Dwayne's already been in so many like failed kids movie franchises
Right.
that I feel like one more isn't really gonna.
I think it
still
needs
gonna
to be
like,
Dane
The
DeVito.
Rock.
See, I want this to be good. Like, I don't want anything to fail. So, if I were to try and go that route, I would want to go for a voice that's the most recognizable. And in all honesty, I don't think Mark Wahlberg is like that recognizable as far as his voice goes. And I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as well. Like, I'll recognize him. Like, I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's The Rock. Okay, that's Mark Wahlberg. But like somebody like Ryan Reynolds is so obvious when it's Ryan Reynolds.
I guess.
Well, so hold on. They're playing Pikachu.
Yes.
Like high. Okay, so in my brain, and I feel like in many other people's brains, Pikachu has a high squeaky voice. So
No,
then if you
not
just
in
stick,
this.
Like,
He has like a
like
very
low
grun.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in there. It's gonna be so comical.
Yeah, but the Pikachu in this is Detective Pikachu, which has like a very like grumbly. Like honestly, I really think Danny DeVito has the best voice for this version of Pikachu, because if you look at like what he comes from and you listen to the Japanese version of it, you could hear why Danny DeVito would fit perfectly.
Real quick, there is the previous poll because we're going to update it. As far as what you guys are most excited about for Twitch and their new features, it is premieres. Interesting that
Never
was
would have
number
thought that would be a thing people cared about.
That's the incorrect answer.
No, it's not. It's not incorrect. It's actually
Patrick Warburton would be a great option.
What would be your choice, Kelly, of the new features?
Oh, what was it called? The Rooms was one. I wanted to do Rooms, and I also wanted to do. Oh gosh, I forgot the answers already. Rituals. That was one.
Nice. Yeah, Rituals sounds cool.
Would be fun.
But as far as these picks go, guys, what is your choice for who should voice Detective Pikachu? Would it be Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Mark Wahlberg, or Dwayne The Rock Johnson? I'll let you guys go with that while we move on to the last couple stories in this rapid fire. Next up, Resident Evil 7 sales are well below their 10 million unit lifetime expectancy at 4 million. So it's probably not going to go that much higher than that. It might hit 5 million eventually someday.
That's high though.
So half of what they were speculating on, and really they shouldn't be going that high. Why would they ever think 10 million? That's
not
ridiculous.
6. Like they had 6 fail as hard as it did.
Yeah.
And B, this is a complete reinventing of what Resident Evil is. This is first person survival horror in a way. So this is not traditional Resident Evil. So I don't understand why.
I think if they came after like 5 maybe, they could have done it potentially. But coming after 6, as you said, the word of mouth after that game was so bad, people were just down on the series. Like, they weren't going to bounce back from that with a 10 million unit sold Resident Evil game.
But that's like, remember when they had the 8 million expectation for Tomb Raider?
Yep.
It's the same idea. These guys, I don't know where they're coming up with these fucking numbers, but my god, they are so out of touch.
And lastly, E3 finally has a new logo, because they had that weird 90s style logo for the longest time. We're going to put it up on screen here. There is the old version. Like, come on, that's just so ridiculous. Like the 3D.
I think I like it because of that.
Yeah, it's kind of iconic for that reason. But let's take a look at the new one, which honestly I think is even worse, from somebody who's into graphic design and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to point out why. So here is E3, and we're gonna zoom in on what's really bad about this. For one, look at the 3. They're not even parallel lines. And I could get that maybe, but then look at the bottom where the 3 hooks off there, how it comes off and then goes into the round. It's not
completely like it's
a bad transition.
Right, it's flat-ish and then it kind of angles up a little
Look
bit more.
at that. That is awful. The curves don't even match up with each other. The curves don't even match up with each other. Who did this? Who drew this up? And I'm not even adding in where they put the 2018 on this. The 2018 like overlaps like the bottom right hand corner of the 3. Really? Just terrible composition for that logo.
Yeah, that looks really. I feel like they could do a really cool trick, kind of like Insomnia, where they had the 2 moons that made the.
Makes Insomnia's new logo not look that bad now.
No, it doesn't at all.
Yeah, it really doesn't. No, but they could do like a cool an E, and then if you look at the sideways face of the E, it's actually in a 3. Like E3. Like they could have done so much with it, especially because E and 3 are kind of mirrored if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
And they just didn't. They were just like, let's make it with the bad pen tool in Photoshop. Yeah.
Turn the E3 sideways and you have a camel. That's not the first time I've seen that. There's been a few people that have brought that up.
Wait, do that again? I haven't seen it.
If you turn the E3 logo sideways, it looks like you can find in the negative space there's a camel.
Maybe they're subtly trying to sell.
They got a millennial unpaid intern to do it.
Probably. There was not a lot put into that, that's for sure. But anyway, Kelly, go ahead and do your Google Translate. What was the language?
The language is going to be Basque.
Basque.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me find this. Bosnian?
No, Basque.
Oh, I see it.
BASQ.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Enjoy that one.
I hate you. Okay. Biasta Beno Guziago Izango Dira Ikus Kizuna Zuzenian eta Pertsonan Hunk Ituta Nago Dorbatek Gadeltu Zida Pastella Gazur Della Baraz.
Gazorbazorb.
Yeah, Gazorbathor. Yeah.
24 Orduko Busy Modua Ozu Oso Oso Zela, Izangoda, Bena Harentzat.
Okay.
All right. Well,
That's
what
it.
did you write?
That made,
What does that
I
mean?
wrote, it means in less than 2 weeks, I will be on the show live and in person. I am so excited. Someone asked that I say the cake is a lie, so there it is. The 24-hour live stream will be very difficult, but it's for the kids.
It is.
What was Gazorbazorb?
Yeah, what was that?
Where was that? Where was that?
Curzon Bear is actually summoning a Dothraki horde. That's the
I don't
best.
Oh my
What
god.
did I say? Gazorba? What did I say?
You said Gazorpathorpe from Rick and Morty.
Gazorbatdella? That one?
Probably, something like that.
Pastella Gazorbatdella, that means...
I just want to say I love all the Robert Baratheon memes that have come out since Game of
Oh
Thrones
my
ended.
god,
They're
they're so
funny.
good.
Well, anyway, let's save the magazine for the end too, because I want to get the NeoGAF as soon as
Yeah.
possible, because I know people are waiting for that. So we're gonna do our community focus segment of the show real quick. It is called what, Mike?
Ostapats.
Oh, it's the spots. Thank you, guys. It's called On the Spots. Guys, go to our Discord at discord.gg/the Level Up Network. There is a channel for On the Spot where you can submit your hard-hitting questions for us to answer live on the show, like this person did right now. Dear the Level Up Show, what is everyone's least favorite PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo exclusive IP? This came from the Nine Fox, aka Derek.
Oh boy.
What do you
Least
think?
favorite.
Let's start with Xbox. What is the worst of the Xbox exclusives as far as IPs go? I need to blow my nose.
Boy.
You guys talk about that for a second. I'm gonna go get a tissue.
I don't know. Oh my god, you're putting me on the spot and I don't remember.
It's so
Kelly,
easy to
help
think
him!
about them. I know. Well, it's so easy because you think about your favorite ones, but you play the bad ones that you don't like and you move on, or you never even play them because they reviewed so poorly. So that's a hard question.
Right, no, Derby Habanero. I keep saying Derby fucking Habanero. My god. Dirty Habanero said it perfectly. I purged them from my memory. So, yeah, that's exactly my problem right now, is I'm not thinking of it. What was that launch game for Xbox 360?
There was Quake. There was
No.
Need for Speed.
No.
There was Kong.
There was that girl, and she, like, transformed into, like, other things.
Cameo.
Cameo.
I loved that game.
Was it good?
Oh, well,
See,
I
like when I think about this, I
Girls
think
on Bear is dead to me.
You said Fable.
Yeah.
See, for me, this is like an IP that means like it's a continuous thing, like not like a one-off game, like Cameo. Like for me, and I know you'll disagree with this, but something like State of Decay looks like such a boring, blah, lackluster zombie game to me. I've never played it, but just based off of trailers and stuff, it just looks like such a like boring zombie game.
Yeah, I hate you.
Yeah. So State of Decay is mine. I just that looks just so lackluster to me.
I really don't know. I don't feel like Xbox had that many bad IPs.
Oh, they've had some bad ones for sure.
I feel like they've had some mediocre.
Right, I
ones.
feel like it's been at worst mediocre, but
Blinks.
they don't have enough that somebody else
Time
they don't have
traveling
enough
cats.
for their own job, like their own games.
What about that? Blinks, the time traveling
was it?
cat with a vacuum.
Oh my god, yeah. What was that? What was the other thing that they tried to create with like and they advertised what's his name on the front? We all thought it was going to be a revitalization of some 3D platformer game.
Oh, that was God, what was that called?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It looked like it was going to be Bubsy, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that's right. That's
It was something else. That actually doesn't look bad though.
Derby Habanero. Sunset Overdrive was actually really good. You should
yeah,
play
Sunset
it.
Overdrive
It's
was great.
Very fun. It's very fun.
I was also thinking of that. Guitar Freak said the rare and expensive original Xbox game was like Mech Assault or something. I don't know. It's where you sat in that like huge thing and like had the huge controller. Really expensive.
Conquer Bad Fur Day?
No, definitely not. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
And
so
that
I
was a
disagree with that.
Nintendo.
Viva
thing to start.
Pinata is good. How dare you, you fucking heathen.
Who said what?
The review guy said Viva Pinata.
That's not bad, actually,
No,
from
that's
what I
a
hear.
fun game. Danny loves that game.
But
too.
anyways, let's move on. Let's go Nintendo. What is the least liked Nintendo exclusive
Oh,
IP?
he said we were talking about Conquer, not Bubsy.
Okay.
Bubsy was another one they tried to bring back, actually, as its own game.
All right, so what about for Nintendo? What is the worst of the Nintendo exclusives?
Worse than Nintendo exclusives as far as the actual franchise?
Yeah, like
goes?
just one that you're not into.
I love most of them. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they got some good ones, man. That's a
Anything
tough
with
choice.
Peach, I'm not into because usually it's kind of pretty lame.
I'm not into racing, so I would say like F-Zero is never interested
I
me.
can get with that. Yeah,
Like,
I think I'm gonna follow suit on that one.
F-Zero just does nothing for me. Anything from you, Kelly?
Truly my only Nintendo experience is with the handheld devices, the Nintendo DS. And that's, I feel like that doesn't even really count. It's a whole different genre of game entirely.
Right.
But I don't know. And again, it's that same kind of thing where anything that was bad, you just kind of block out. Or you just don't play. And then,
sorry.
not a popular opinion, but Star Fox. I'm not crazy about Star Fox.
I can actually agree with him, only for the fact that the only Star Fox I really enjoy was Star Fox 64. Every other Star Fox I've ever played,
That's like the only one I did play, to be honest with you. So
That's
I've got fond memories because I love Star Fox 64.
See, I don't. No, that's the only one. That's the one I played. That's
what I'm saying. That's the only one I've played, so I've got really fond memories of it. So
right, gotcha,
therefore, I like Star Fox.
No, any of the other ones, like it's. I don't know. I just don't. I think it's just because they keep they basically just keep remaking the old ones over and over again. So
Nintendo is tough though because they are so strong when it comes to first party that it's tough to choose an IP from them that is bad. And the only reason I can say F-Zero is just because I'm not into that genre.
Right,
it's not bad. Like everybody likes F-Zero. It's just I can't speak to that.
Right.
What about when it comes to PlayStation? One that we really do know well.
Hands down, Uncharted.
Really? Would it really be Uncharted?
I don't know.
It better not be. There's so many worse PlayStation exclusives than Uncharted. I mean,
that friendship just almost ended
like,
entirely.
I mean, it's not like a continuous IP, but like the Order is clearly worse than Uncharted. Layer, Heavenly Sword.
None of those are IPs. In your definition of it, at least.
Yeah. What was the one? Haze was really bad on
also
PS3.
not an IP.
Yeah.
Not a continuous IP.
Not
Name one continuous IP, and I'll.
Continuous IP that's bad from PlayStation, or not even bad, just one of the more poor ones. Let's see. I guess we're going first party. It has to be first party, right?
Probably.
Even if it's like exclusive, it doesn't mean it's first party. If I were to go first party that's gone on, that's tough. I got Little Big Planet's great. God of War is great. Killzone's great. Infamous is great. Uncharted's great.
God of War
is great. This is tough, man. PlayStation, when it comes to their first-party IPs that have been ones that have gone on to further games, Knack, I guess.
Knack.
I mean, if I had to say, in all honesty,
oh my god,
I don't dislike Knack. Don't get me wrong, I don't dislike Knack.
You're absolutely correct.
But
on that, though.
like it'd have to be Knack, I guess.
Oh man, that's so funny. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's nothing else that would I kind of go in there. I can smell the sarcasm from a country mile.
How dare you. Guys, I'll make it 100% clear to you again. I like Knack. I enjoyed my time with that first game. I haven't played the second one. But it's definitely not the best of the PlayStation exclusive IPs. And the only reason I can name it is because it actually does have a sequel. It's something that they've turned into a continuous IP, so I can actually say it. Otherwise, I don't know. There's not too many others on PlayStation that have gone on to become, series that are bad.
Eventually, Killzone just went okay.
Yeah, Killzone. I think Shadowfall was
Resistance.
No,
That's
Resistance is good.
Sorry, you like it. I don't. I'm gonna go with Resistance because I don't have enough. I only watched your streams of Knack.
Yeah.
Oh, when you played Knack, I mean, and like other people play it, so I'm gonna go with Resistance. I played it, not into it. Sorry.
Motorstorm was pretty good too. Motorstorm wasn't bad. It was definitely better than Knack. Especially Apocalypse. Motorstorm Apocalypse was freaking badass. That was a really cool game. Sucks that was sent out to die
because of the freaking tsunami.
The tsunami, yeah.
Talk about bad timing.
Screwed that over for sure. So Motorstorm, I wouldn't say. I can't think of any others. Shadowfall wasn't the best, but it was still good.
Yeah.
And Killzone 1, 2, and 3 are all, or sorry, 2 and 3. I would say I never played 1, but Killzone 2 and 3 were very good. So that's a tough one. Sony's tough. But okay, thank you so much, Derek, for the on the spot question. We are wrapped up.
Is that the end of the show?
No, we can finally get to our topic of the week. It is on NeoGAF and the controversy surrounding it this week. Share the show now, guys. Now's a good time to share it because I think a lot of people are waiting for NeoGAF to come up, and we're finally getting to it. So please tweet out the show with hashtag NeoGAF. Let people know that we're talking about the NeoGAF controversy and our feelings on it. So going along with all the other sexual harassment accusations in the past couple weeks, starting with Harvey Weinstein and then moving on to Naughty Dog last week, we talked about that.
These are the only ones.
These are the high-profile ones, and it kind of is just crazy and disappointing and depressing that 2 weeks in a row we have to talk about this. But NeoGAF, which is probably the most influential of all of the video game forums on the internet, it really does make a difference.
Yeah.
And like some boxes have NeoGAF quotes on the back of them, for God's sakes. Like developers are there, they talk with the community, and the community, for the most part, in my opinion, was a good community that really brought news and information and sometimes leaks, and it was a great place for me to go in order to get a jump start on putting together the outline throughout the week. It was a quick way for me to like really see like what are the top 20 things going on right now by looking at the top 20 topics on there.
Yeah.
It was easier to do that than to go to like an IGN, Kotaku, Polygon, GameSpot, anywhere else, and search through their list of
stories. Half the time, and not even half the time, but a lot of the times there was stories that were on there that were being talked about before they even hit the threads on the news sites.
And in all honesty, I think I spend more time on off-topic on NeoGAF than I would spend on gaming, because I loved off-topic on NeoGAF. I thought it was hilarious. It cracked me up. I thought so many people there were comedians, essentially. But all that being said, it came into spotlight this week that Tyler Malka, who is the co-founder, the owner, CEO of NeoGAF, and also, of course, one of its mods, in a part of the whole #MeToo campaign that's been going on Twitter, where women are voicing, their history potentially with sexual harassment. And of course, it's very depressing to see how many women have been affected. But in a part of that hashtag, a woman came out and talked about a semi-famous person who, and I'm going to say what happened here. So, I apologize. Like, this is getting into some territory here that might not be appropriate for all audiences, but we're going to be talking about sexual harassment.
12 something.
Yeah, for us it is, but just to let you know, guys, we're talking about sexual harassment and all that right now, so keep that in mind. So what happened was the friend of Tyler Malka was out with him, and she had gotten drunk and was sick and throwing up, so she decided she was going to take a shower because she was trying to clean herself off and just trying to get herself together. So she went in the shower, and Tyler Malka supposedly got in behind her, also naked, and got handsy, and she told him, no, I have a boyfriend. She had a boyfriend, and he did leave, but then he was resentful towards her and just kind of awful towards her after that. But the main thing to focus on from her story is that she said, like, this is not the only situation. Like, I know of this person's history with sexual harassment. I found out
later on that he had
many like this person has a history with sexual harassment. I can tell you so many stories of this person. And then following that, she didn't say his name, so everybody's like, you have to say his name, because that's one of the things that's going on right now that's kind of putting this in murky territory. Is all these women are coming out and accusing sometimes like leads from Naughty Dog, but by not giving a name, it then causes everybody to just take out the pitchforks and start like searching for the person, and sometimes wrongfully so. So people were like, you got to give a name. And she was reluctant at first, but then she's like, all right, screw it. Look up Evil Lore. Now, Evil Lore is his handle on NeoGAF. That's all she had to say, really, in order for it to blow up. But that wasn't the end of the story, of course. The somewhat, the thing that really, I think, brought down the site is down now, NeoGAF. The thing that really brought down the site is that moderators supposedly were complacent with this and even tried to cover up his history, his behavior, by banning and shutting down any topics in the past that might have brought to light his history of sexual harassment and assault. And
not only his, other people's.
And other people's as well. A few years ago, one of the moderators, Amarox, was exposed for child pornography, and after he was banned from the site, it turned out that Tyler Malka had even donated money to him to support him. So there was a group of people on here that seemed to be helping each other out and covering up Tyler Malka, and maybe even covering up each other and their history with that. And then once this was all revealed, all the other mods that weren't necessarily a part of all this, they're like, we're done, we're out, we don't want anything to do with this. So they left NeoGAF, therefore leaving it as this vacuum with no moderators at all to control things, and it very quickly turned into a shitstorm of just people trolling and all that, and then the site went down because of so much traffic, or maybe because they took it down because they didn't want all this to keep going. So NeoGAF is down. Now what I kind of want to talk to you guys about right now is Do you not fear isn't the wrong word. It is partially because this sucks to find out so many men specifically are being associated with sexual harassment and assault and the history of that. But it's becoming more and more clear, depressingly so, that there is a not insignificant portion of males in general that are scumbags and have taken part in sexual harassment, sexual assault, or even going as far as rape. Who knows? But because of that, even if it were to be 1% of men that took part, had something to do with sexual harassment in the past, that would mean any AAA developer has at least one, maybe upwards to 5 people in there that have sexually harassed, assaulted, or raped a woman. And therefore can be called out for that, and therefore the entire developer will be called into question for that.
Right.
Do we think this is the end of this? Kelly, do you think that this is just the beginning of all of these stories coming out, and we're going to keep seeing more and more developers and gaming websites and all this called into question?
I absolutely think this is just the beginning because, and to comment on something you said earlier about how she didn't say the name and people were pressing her to say the name. People don't come forward with their stories necessarily to say, hey, everybody, this person did this to me, send him death threats, dox him, harass him. They do it to show other victims, you know, this happened to me. It wasn't okay when it happened to me. It's not okay when it happens to you. I'm coming forward about it. You need to, or you can't, you don't have to, but, you know, if you want to come forward with it and share your story, there's people who support you, there's people who have been here with you, because either way, whether they name their attacker or harasser or abuser or not, people are going to think they're lying. Oh, well, why did you wait 10 years? Why did you wait until, conveniently 15 women came out at the same time? It's because if you come out alone, especially when you're dealing with somebody who's in a position of power, like the CEO of NeoGAF or a very famous politician or a very famous actor or comedian, people love that person so much that they're going to be like, well, you can't destroy my image of him. He would never do that. He's all the way up here. And you get shut down and you get silenced, like the guy whose name slips my mind, who got offered $20,000 to just be silent about the whole thing. You're going up against positions of power and systems of power when you come out to the world saying this happened to me, and you know, if so, like kind of like the Me Too thing.
I mean, I'll say, like,
you see,
I was just gonna say that, and I'm not sure this is like really the time or place, but like, I understand not wanting to say the person's name. I completely understand that, because I'll say right now, like, even I have an experience of sexual harassment. So I'll say even I could post online hashtag Me Too, but I'm not going to say the person's name. I refuse to. So it's one of those things where I understand it. It's really, you're so scared of what the ramifications of that are going to be. So I completely understand anybody that wants to keep that secret. And I wasn't trying to say that she should have come out and said.
But there are people who
name.
believe that, who say, well, if you can't name your accuser, then it didn't really happen.
Right.
Either way, someone on the other side, whether they mention their name or they mention their name, is going to think they're lying. And at the end of the day, they're not sharing their story to highlight who it is necessarily, unless it's a serial thing.
Right.
They're sharing their story to connect with other victims and show that those other victims are not alone. Because when it does happen to you, you feel alone. You feel like no one's ever been through this before, and you don't know what to do. And so to go online and to see, unfortunately, thousands and thousands of people say, this has happened to me, it's you feel this sort of solidarity. I mean, you feel, and this is me speaking from personal experience, you don't feel alone. There are people on my Facebook friends list who, you know, people are posting this Me Too, Me Too, Me Too, Me Too, and I never posted it on Facebook, but I posted it on Twitter because I was like, well, people on Facebook, there are people, first of all, I'm actually friends with the person who did it to me because I have never come out about it, who it was. But I was terrified because I was like, these people are going to view me differently. They're gonna see me as wrong. And then there are people that I absolutely idolize who are on my friends list, who are my friends who are role models to me also posting Me Too, and I was just so blown away. I was like, you would never know. You would never think in
Yeah,
a
I mean,
million
I could
years
say
that
from experience, like how many family members I have and friends and like that I know have been sexually harassed. Like it's more like I feel like honestly, it's more often than not that they have been. Like this is not like a rare thing at all, and I'm not trying to diminish at all what is going on here. I don't know why I'm surprised that it's like blowing up like this because I know so many people that have been sexually harassed or assaulted, and it's just it's wild. It's I'm glad that it's all kind of blowing up right now. And like I guess you could call it like cleaning the swamp almost, or
Purging.
draining the swamp, like
Yeah.
purging, right? I'm really glad that it is, and I'm just but at the same time, there's a part of me that's worried that it's going to tarnish the entire industry. That's almost a concern of mine because if it is just 1%, it's enough that it's going to just spread like wildfire. And it's gonna become associated with all these different developers, and
Yep.
and I'm
So,
partially concerned about that.
And this is on a very much more. I mean, honestly, I want to see. I would love to see justice for anybody that was hurt. Like any of these people need to be either brought to life and removed from the society that they're comfortable with. They need to be. It needs to be known and shown that it's not okay what they're doing. A lot of these people don't think that what they're doing is all that bad, and there's the same people that are saying that this is an overblown topic and people getting all up in arms for no reason. Those are those exact people. But what you were saying is something that I was kind of talking about before. Like, let's just say on the scale of NeoGAF. NeoGAF was a huge thing to the gaming industry.
Yeah.
And because of a few people involved in the higher ups of the mods, the entire site is gone. So an entire history of gaming culture is completely gone. And for someone like you, you frequented that. That was a huge part of your gaming existence and your gaming
in the past
shaping of
day.
you.
I can't even tell you how many times I've clicked on my NeoGAF bookmark and like, oh shit, I can't go there anymore.
Right.
Like it's gonna be weird for me. It's gonna be really weird for me.
Right, and it's one of those things where this is kind of destroying, I feel like it's honestly destroying the gaming market more than it's destroying any other ones. Let's take the whole Weinstein, incident.
Right.
Yes, that absolutely needs to be brought to light. Thank God, and this guy got fired. The studio isn't gone. The movies aren't gone. NeoGAF though is gone.
It's dead.
It's dead.
Yep.
6, 7 of their developers, 6
of their moderators
of their
and all that.
mods,
Yeah.
are just completely
Jump
out.
ship, yeah.
They absolutely just jumped ship, and they were like, "Listen, we're not going to be attached to this at all whatsoever, whether or not they were guilty."
That's the
or
thing
not.
is, even if somebody were to buy the domain at this point, it's just a tarnished name, and I'm not sure that it can be resuscitated.
Right,
Like
exactly.
I don't know if
not
they
in the
can
way
bring
that
this
it was
back.
between. Like you said, I think you brought up about the one guy with the child porn and and everything. And then what happened back in July? Didn't something happen earlier this year? Even I forget.
I don't know about July. I know that in 2012 there was another. I didn't know about this, but there was a topic also focusing on Tyler Malka's sexual harassment back then, where he talked about openly talked about groping a woman's butt and and all this. Like, and that's the thing. I think we also need to remember there. All of this is sexual harassment or assault or whatever, but there are definitely different levels. Let's keep that in mind. All of it is bad, but there are certain things that are definitely worse. Sexual harassment could be verbal, and then you go to spanking a butt. You could then go to further than that. Then you can go to rape. Like there's obviously tiers to this, but I think a lot of people, like I remember, for instance, when Ben Affleck was accused of sexual harassment and all this, a lot of people started calling him a rapist, and it's like, okay, like let's take it easy here. Like he totally is in the wrong, but let's not escalate groping a woman to rape. That those are definitely two different things. So I think we also just need to keep that in mind. There's certain people that are worse than other people. If we just start lumping them all in together, that's not a good idea either. We need to have some sort of separation there, or it just all becomes a blur, and that's not good.
Agree.
So
well, and I think, Mike, to what you said about it tarnishing the industry, I think you can't really control what people within a company do, and one person's action doesn't for the company, but how the company responds speaks to the company.
Mhm.
So if NeoGAF had said, if the moderators hadn't tried to cover it up, if they had said, whoa, 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 this is not okay, something needs to happen, if they had brought it to light, this would be a totally different story. It would have been, yes, the CEO of NeoGAF and this head moderator of NeoGAF is doing all these things, but he was removed. He is removed, and NeoGAF does not condone this, and we do not approve of this, and this will not happen. But NeoGAF has essentially said, we condone this and we approve of it because we're trying to cover it up, and we're trying to hide it. So if video game industries are, let's say Microsoft. Let's say Microsoft had some big higher up is accused of it. The correct response is to immediately investigate, dismiss the person until the investigation is over. Immediately say this is not okay, never okay. Because then, in my eyes, I would be like, Microsoft is doing the right thing. They're not tarnished at all. In fact, I respect them more for willingly investigating themselves and investigating a problem that may be internal. Now, if they were to sit on it and hide it and cover it up and be like, bad, you are putting yourself and your company above an entire a huge systemic problem, and that's what's going to tarnish, I think, people, and that's what's going to tarnish the industry.
I think
is trying to cover
the
it
problem
up.
with NeoGAF, I mean, I don't really know like what the inner workings of that were. Like who was getting all the money? Were these moderators getting money, or was it all going to Tyler Malka? Like, was this like an actual company? Like, I honestly don't know necessarily what NeoGAF was, as far as that goes. I know they made money off of it, of course.
Enough to get buyout offers.
Yeah, so they made money off of it, but I don't know necessarily what was going on there. Like, Microsoft, that's the case where you've got so many people up in high up positions that you can push somebody out and somebody will come in to replace them, right? NeoGAF, like when you got 4 moderators and the CEO just pretty much have to leave, and then all the other moderators are like, I don't want to be associated with this anymore. Like, what happens there? Like, once that vacuum is created, like, that's great that happened. Good job on the moderators. That's what you should have done. Like, I would do the same thing. Like, I'm out of this. Like, now that I know that this person's a scumbag, I want nothing to do with this website. I'm out. Totally understand it. But who comes in? Like, how does that get repaired? I don't think there's any way to do it at this point.
Right. So switching topics from the sexual rock, because we did talk about that last week.
Yeah.
Pretty extensively. That covered a good bit of the show. Not that it needs to be just swept over, but like we already went over that. We're going to be saying the same things we did last week again.
Yeah.
But as far as this goes, let's talk about NeoGAF and what it was, because again, just because of a few people doesn't mean that the entire community, and now that community is kind of put out. Someone earlier had asked, in the chat, what now? Like, what do you do now? And realistically, it kind of sucks for those people, in that situation, because this person was such a shitty, scumbag, that all these other people that took solace that their passion was heard and understood, they found friends and connections, to something that they have such a huge passion for, that was honestly for the longest time up until recently, and even still, looked down upon by the general, levels of society. Now they're out, and there are, hundreds of thousands of people that frequent the site consistently, that kind of relied on it for speaking, getting their opinions heard, kind of the same way that a lot of our viewers in our chat, they're when chatting, they feel that that's their way of getting heard,
right?
When streamers,
it's a little surprising to see how much it was celebrated, the downfall of NeoGAF. Like, I get it. It was it was elitist. Like, it had a toxic portion of its community. But any site of that size is going to have a toxic portion. And I know there was elitist in that, like, not everybody could get in and all that kind of stuff. But even if I wasn't a member of NeoGAF, I would have been there every day reading topics. I wasn't somebody that posted anyway. It was great for getting information. It was great for knowing, how like, ahead of anybody else, really, what was going on within the industry. And I don't know if any other site is really going to be able to replicate that, unless that entire community just is like, okay, guys, this is where we're going. Like, game facts.
There's a need now. There is a vacuum where NeoGAF was, and whether it's somebody in the community or somebody who recognizes that need, they're going to see that need and they're going to fill it. And there's probably going to be, I say give it a couple weeks, there's going to be 10 sites just like NeoGAF, and they're going to be fighting, and it's going to be, which one's, who's going to be the new NeoGAF? And the NeoGAF is going to be replaced, and I'm sure in 20 years we'll forget it even existed.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's kind of how the world works. They die, something better comes along in its place. So it'll be a community. Everything that NeoGAF lacked, it will try to have. I mean, I'm not too worried about, yes, it's going to be hard for the first few weeks until that replacement is found, but I'm not at all worried about there not being a NeoGAF equivalent anymore, because it will come. There is a need.
Yeah.
It will happen.
I mean, I will be completely honest.
Oh.
It'll affect how I put together the show. It'll make it more difficult for me. It really will. It was much easier for me to put together the show with the use of NeoGAF. That being said, before I really became super active in reading NeoGAF, my site was GameFAQs, and I still go there pretty often. I love GameFAQs, and I love that it has like a room for every game. It has, you know, it has multiple off-topic forums. It has nonstop gaming and all this kind of stuff. It's great for that. I thought NeoGAF was a little better in getting stories out quicker, getting leaks out quicker, having developers on the site talking with the community. Right. It was better for that kind of thing. Yeah. But right now, like, I'm going back to GameFAQs. That is going to be my #1 site right now for like news and quickly looking at the forum list and seeing the topics that everybody's talking about. That's where I'm going to go for now. But I'll have to wait and see. I don't know what's going to be my go-to in, you know, a month or two from now. But
right, no, absolutely, and that's the thing, is just like someone said, I've seen Waypoint be called out. You know,
yeah, Waypoint's good, yeah.
But you kind of touched on it briefly, and we kind of went over it. It was insane to see the fire. So for reference, I didn't really know too much about what was going on with NeoGAF until yesterday. Because like Drew said, he frequents it far more than I do, but I used it primarily for just catching up on news, and you don't get too much, you know, on the weekend. And heck, what I found out later on, half the posts you know, that were being, you know, put out about the situation with Malka were being deleted. You know, they were being locked and then being deleted. So I was watching a documentary. Actually, I was actually watching the Slender Man documentary on HBO finally, and me and Danielle were watching it. And all of a sudden, I saw you guys talking about it in the chat, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And I started looking into it, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I told Danielle about it, and she had known what NeoGAF was from our conversations about it. Me and her, we stopped watching the documentary for roughly 20 minutes, just going on and catching up on all the bullshit that, you know, just happened, and then going on everything else like Twitter and Reddit and everything, and just seeing what everybody was saying and the amount of toxicity that was there. Now I know that there always was, but I was actually lucky enough to where I didn't see that much toxicity in the threads that I went into, just because I kind of ignored comments that didn't really mean anything to me.
I mean, most of the time those people were modded and banned really quickly. I personally, my experience was that most of the toxicity was in off topic. Right. A lot of politics going on there, especially with everything going on with Trump right now, and the site is so liberal that any conservative on there was just ridiculed, and that wasn't right. But that was where I saw most of the toxicity. When it comes to gaming, you know, people might hate on a game, and there might be somebody like that was like, "Oh, you hated Horizon Zero Dawn? Are you a sexist?" Like escalation like that was completely unnecessary. But most of the time, I would see those people banned, those people, you know, those posts moderated. So I don't know. I personally, I didn't really experience that much toxicity. I get the complaints about elitism and all of that. 100% get that. This site was so up its own ass.
Absolutely.
But
like how long it took me to get approved.
Yeah.
I finally found out, like, what, 3 weeks ago, that I was actually in, even though I thought I was a long time ago. So, I mean, it stinks for that. And like I said, you know, as for the community and what Kelly was saying with there are multiple communities, I think the thing that is going to suck for a lot of these people is that they built connections with these other people that maybe their only way of communicating was through the site. So who's to know where those people are going to go? Yeah. You know, you have someone who you looked up to and what they, you know, and what they wrote. You thought they had good takes on things and they posted good stuff. You know, who knows what site they're going to be posting that stuff. It might take some time. So there's a lot of things that are going to have repercussions. And, you know, even though Drew used it for the show, you know, here and there, he wasn't the only one. Like I said before, you know, there were news sites that were using that because that's where developers would post information. There were people that had, connections, you know, with devs or publishers or, you know, marketers or anything like that would get the information and then post it to there. You know, it was probably the best hub for all that type of information. Like they would call it like
NeoGAF detectives, because I swear the work that would be done there sometimes by the users in order to like like uncover a mystery, like, you know, like piece together this and that, and look at images and like, and really like be able to theorize on something in a crazy way. I was just blown away sometimes by the work that these guys would put in on that website, and the passion that a lot of the community had there. And I haven't seen that anywhere else.
No. Right,
that's the thing.
Exactly what it was for me too.
Yeah.
That's why I respected, you know, those people on there. And it stinks that those people had a voice and they were recognized for the things that they did on that site, and because of the way that the CEO handled it, their work is not.
God, I'm gonna miss like E3
on
NeoGAF. Like it had the topics there, and the E3 hype train, and the Kaz Hirai gifts, and it's just all that. Like that was all NeoGAF. I feel like you don't like really see like GIF use like you would see on NeoGAF. GameFAQs has GIFs, but like it was never used like it was used on NeoGAF. NeoGAF just like was hilarious in that regard. So yeah, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it for sure. And I really wish that somebody could have stepped in and righted the ship, but. I think I've kind of accepted already that it's not going to happen. They haven't even released a statement yet. There's been nothing.
Yeah, still 503.
When do you think, Kelly? You think we're going to get a statement like from Tyler Malka? What do you think is going to happen?
I would hope so, but it would not surprise me in the least bit if he just kind of disappeared off the face of the planet and did nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, they've tried to cover it up for this long. I don't see why he would suddenly, and even if he did come out and say, oh, I'm so deeply apologetic for my actions, well, it's like, no, you're not. You're only apologetic that you finally got called out and that you're suffering the consequences of your actions. You're not actually sorry for your actions. So anything he does say at this point, because you've already tried to cover it up and you've already tried to lie about it, we know how you feel about it. It's actions speak louder than words. Anything he has to say, I don't even think I'd want to hear, because it's just lies, and I'm not doing that. So.
Yeah, I mean, if it was just the one girl, then it's like, okay, like, you know, you have to have like the innocent until proven guilty thing going on. But the more and more you get corroborating stories, which is what's going on right now, it's like, come on, man, like, you're done. Like, I'm not going to listen to anything you have to say. Like, there's too many people talking about your history that there's no way all these people are lying, and for what reason? You know, it's just
there's no reason to lie. There's no reason to put yourself out there, put your story out there, make yourself that vulnerable, make yourself open to attack, which people who come out, people always attack them. Well, why are you coming out about now? Blah, blah, blah. There's just no reason for it. I'm always inclined to believe people who come out and say, this person did this to me, or I experienced this, because there's just no reason to lie.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is our topic of the week.
Yeah,
I think we'll cut it there, but we got to look at the magazine real quick, Mike.
Yeah, we
do have to look at a magazine. The
Right.
wheel
But
has
then
spoken.
on a cheery note.
And on a cheery note, exactly. This was a depressing discussion here. We've
was.
lost NeoGAF,
Depressing, but
and
necessary.
for a very depressing reason, we've lost NeoGAF. So why don't you grab the camera? Let's see here. What we got this week? Reaching
But
into the
necessary conversation.
reaching in and Game Informer for Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. One of my nostrils is not the same size as the other nostril.
Are you just noticing that now?
No, it's
or-
always been that way.
Okay.
No,
My nostrils
Kristen
are
always
different.
makes fun of me for that. She's like, one nostril's not the same as the other nostril. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't control my nostrils.
What does she want you to do?
All right. Well, anyway, we got Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance.
I
The
love
cover
that
of this
game.
Game Informer.
That was
This
so
is
good.
from 2002, issue 108. What else we got on here? Tomb Raider: The Next Generation. First shots and information. So let's take a look here. First, I like looking at the ads. I love. Oh, with the back. The back. We got Mega Man X6. There's the back. On here we got Hot Shots Golf.
Hot Shots Golf was
Now
so good.
called Everybody's Golf.
Do you have any interest in that game?
Times have changed. No, not anymore. I used to love playing the demo. Hey, Mike. Parappa the Rapper 2.
Perfect. That game is so bad, but it's so good. It has not aged at all.
Onimusha. A lot of advertisements to start off here. Wait, this one's called Genma Onimusha. I don't remember that. What was that? Genma Onimusha? Was that... That wasn't the title for 3, was it? Ooh, a feature on Kingdom Hearts is in here.
Nice.
Let's skip to that.
That's convenient.
On page 42, it says. Here we go. Did we look at this already? I feel like we did.
Nope.
We didn't. Okay. New Disney characters. The Heartless, Sora, Riku, and Kairi. Squaresoft characters. Nice. Was this like the... This is probably like the very
Wait, no,
beginning.
we did look at this one. Because I remember talking about Deadly Alliance. Yeah, we absolutely did look
We look at this one?
Yeah, because I saw the facial animations.
Alright, we'll go into another one then. We have not looked at this one, for sure.
I like how I knew exactly where you're going to be. So I just had it waiting.
Look how much smaller my one nostril is. It's like really small. Alright, well anyway, we got Game Informer
Nice.
exclusive on Halo 2. So this is old. This has got to be 2003, right? 2004. May 2004. Van Helsing, the video game.
Ugh.
What a bad movie that was. Oh, remember this? Jet Li's game, Rise of Honor?
Yeah, and apparently it was
Or
pretty
To
good.
Honor?
The bullet time mechanics were pretty good in it. But there were some
NBA
issues with it.
Ballers, Driver 3. What's the feature? Halo 2 is the feature, of course. Let's go to Halo 2. Let's see what Halo 2 looked like in this magazine. This was the premiere. Exclusive.
Wait, I saw Engage.
You saw Engage, really?
Go back.
Where? Forward, front, back?
going.
I don't know.
Right. So it was right on the other side of this page.
Engage, QD.
Oh, I used to love these, and I remember this issue specifically because I remember this robot, and I was like, I want to see if Robo Sapien's gonna be good. It wasn't, and I actually kind of was hoping to get an Engage, but there was no reason to because it kind of sucked.
Yeah, kinda. Kinda sucked. Yeah, it was a little more than
Manhunt
kinda.
was really good.
Halo 2, an army of many. How Bungie is making sure Halo 2 will be all that it can be. Boot Camp. Halo 2 was one of my favorite games ever to watch. I would watch my cousin play Halo 2 like every day during
I
the
was
summer.
really hoping to run through some of the Halo games for Extra Life.
Super Jump Man was so much fun. I loved watching everybody trying to rush to that spot to try and get the super jump. That was just, oh man, memories of Halo 2. What else? We got Mortal Kombat. Again, Mortal Kombat. What's this here? Oh, Sly 2. If Bullseye Bragg was here, he'd be very happy right now. Sly 2, Band of Thieves. Let's go to the reviews. Let's see what the top reviewed game of the month was. Where are we? Where's reviews at? Here we go. Oh, we're a little further. NBA Ballers. Here we go. Game of the month was Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. That was the second one, right?
I think so.
That was the second one. What did
That
it
game
get?
needs to come
NBA
back
Ballers
again.
with an 8. Judge Dredd with a 6.75.
Wait. What did the Samurai Jack game get?
Samurai Jack got a 6.
Ooh,
Second
that's
Opinion
harsh.
was a 4.
That sucks, man. That game could. That
Oh,
show
wow.
could have easily been a good game.
Xenosaga. Not that it came out at that time, but that was a good game. I like that one. What did Game of the Month get? Where's
Siphon Filter got an 8.5.
Where's Splinter Cell at?
Wait, stop going so fast. I want to see the other games. I don't care about your Splinter Cell game.
Final Fantasy 11 only got a 7.75 on PS2.
That makes sense because remember when it launched, it was terrible.
A little surprising.
When it launched, it wasn't that good.
Hold on, there it is. Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow got a 9.5.
Interesting. Would not have guessed that. Steel Battalion. Remember those games in the arcade?
See, that's the one I think that had the huge controller. Steel
Probably.
Battalion got a 7.5. That was like $200 for that game. Unreal Tournament 2004 got PC Game of the Month with a 9.5.
Far Cry. The original Far Cry. I loved that game.
A 9.25.
Good.
Yeah, solid.
Every time they came out with a new Far Cry, they made a big thing out of the water.
Hey, speaking of E3. Hard time getting in? Yeah.
Nice.
There you go. Oh, and there's Onimusha again. There's the third one.
Demon Siege.
Demon Siege.
I
that was
played
what it was
like
called.
10 minutes of that and I was like, eh.
And that is the video game magazine for this week. Blacklist didn't sell well, but it was so good. I heard Blacklist was
good.
awesome.
I loved it. It was
Yeah.
one of the sleeper games. That and Tomb Raider were really good, and I never expected them to be. And I don't know if we're gonna get another Splinter Cell, but we deserve it.
Yeah,
but
they might be doing a new Splinter Cell. I would think
to
so.
see it at
yeah,
E3, but
I doubt they'll give up on that IP.
I hope so.
All right. Did we miss anything? Looks like Kelly was
No.
keeping track. Events.
I'm missing
are all
my
in
bed.
there.
Can I go home?
So we started off at 480 tonight, and we're now at 533.37.
That's
So
awesome.
over
Thank you
$50
guys
to
so
Extra
much.
Life tonight. Great job. Now's your last chance. If you want to get a little dance, make a little love, pretty much get down tonight, go to thelevelupnetwork.com/extra life. Donate whatever you have the means to. It all goes to Children's Miracle Network hospitals throughout the United States, helping children in need, whether they be sick or injured. It's an amazing charity. We're almost at $20,000 raised over the last 4 years, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that we've had that much support from you guys over the last 4
insane,
years. And of course, November 4th, 25-hour marathon starting at 8 a.m. Eastern time on November 4th.
It's a long
Lots
day.
of games we're playing, fun topics. Arts and crafts time. Just give you another hint at what's coming. We got arts and crafts time and what we're making during that hour. We're going to be giving away as well. Lots of giveaways. Lots of really cool giveaways. Kelly and Joe are bringing so much to this year's Extra Life. It's going to be awesome. We're so happy that they're coming. Talking to you, Kelly.
I know, I'm really excited.
You should be. It's going to be freaking awesome.
I'm
Be
very
freaking
excited.
awesome, guys.
I got a million ideas. I just want to talk about it all the time.
Thank,
not to.
thank you to the follows and the subs tonight. Really appreciate those. Keep them coming, guys. We can get back up into the 70s in the near future. Get back some emotes and all of that. I'll be on tomorrow with Evil Within 2. What's your plan for the week?
I don't know what I'm gonna play on Tuesday. I realize I don't like playing single player games.
Okay.
Like story based single player games, just because I want to take in the story. I don't want to talk.
Yeah, I know how that is. Yeah.
So I'm like, it sucks, because I would like to play more of something like that, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'll leave it open.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything yet.
I feel like I want to start getting into the habit of announcing our entire week schedule.
I would love
every
to.
Monday.
I just don't know what I want to do yet.
Yeah, like on Discord, be like, hey guys, this is the week in games. This is what we're gonna be playing. This is what time.
Right.
And do it on Discord every week. I would like to get in the habit.
Yeah, I'll
of
figure it
doing
out.
that.
Let you know.
So, thank you so much to our producers. Of course, they make this show possible on Patreon.com/The Level Up Network with $25 or more. They are Kelly Jellyfish, Alex Bustos 98, Baz023S, KP 2.0, and Muto Crystallis. We love you guys, but of course, we love all of you. Anybody that supports us, supports Extra Life, you're all cool in our book. So don't forget to hit that follow button here at Twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. Turn on notifications. Make sure you get those alerts when we go live, because we're going to be on all week long with gaming talk shows and game streams. Thank you again to Kelly, of course, for joining us tonight. Hopefully next week we can get Joey as too in here, and then the week after that, you're going to be here in person.
Right.
I am. Oh, yay.
Scoozy asks, are you guys doing anything for Paris Games Week next week? I think it all depends on the timing of it. I don't
Right.
know when Sony's conference is, but I don't think it's at a good time for
No.
us, if I remember right.
If it is, we'll do what we can. Maybe like, a small thing.
You know that we'll try if we can. It all
Post
depends on the
coverage or
timing
something.
of it.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely cover the events, the news, the information, the reveals. We'll cover that in the following episode. But I don't know if we're going to do like a live reaction or anything like that. But
Right.
we'll let you know if we are. Just keep an eye on our Discord, on our Twitter, and all that. Follow us on all the different channels, guys. Until next time, take care. And as always, don't forget to
level up.
Level up.
Level up.
Thank you.